Futures working on a second straight day to the upside here this morning, extending gains from throughout the session yesterday. Yeah, we're supposed to get a couple of data points here at 8:30. Not going to be the case, however, with the government continuing this shutdown. Into day two we go. More headlines on that matter coming up here this morning. We'll touch on that. Shouldn't be terribly market moving, but really nothing to expect as far as the economic calendar is concerned as a result. So the market continuing to march higher. We're expecting Tesla deliveries at some point this morning. Remember, this is one of those funny ones that just kind of shows up whenever they feel like actually releasing it. So if you are in Tesla or watching it here in the pre-market, just expect some volatility coming up in the next few minutes or so. Just reading there was a minor incident at an airport in the U.S. with a quote-unquote low-speed collision between two Delta planes. So
oh boy.
Maybe it was one of those parking infringements where, I don't know if you've ever seen those where one plane will be crossing, another one, the wings will clip or something like that because they're too close.
They don't listen to the tower's instructions.
Yeah, but I did see Boeing popped up in front of me on one of the screeners there, a little bit of a downtick. But I mean, I don't think there was anything serious about it. But anyway, lots to consider here this morning. Again, day two of the government shutdown in Washington. No real significant progress, it would seem, anyways, at this point. I mean, going out at the end of the day yesterday, there were some discussions between the Republicans. They held a call, apparently, but it doesn't look like anything is coming.
They need 5 more Democrats, Brendo. They already have a few in the Senate to pass this through. But all I saw yesterday was more memes. Yeah. More, it's just really funny, Brendo. But there's a lot to talk about today, guys. Taiwan Semi, both in focus as they push back against chip production proposals proposed by the Trump administration yesterday separately. Warren Buffett is going through with that OxyChem purchase from Occidental for $9.7 billion. Likewise with Bitcoin over here, October, really good month for Bitcoin, Brendo. Last with gains in 10 of the last 12 years since 2013 in October. So it'll be a good look there. And then as we spoke about yesterday, Intel in early talks with AMD for the foundry.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. No real follow through here yet. Anyways, this morning, I mean, very, very early, obviously here in the pre-market. That's the way the chart looked going out yesterday. If you missed it again, AMD potentially a foundry customer, or the first. That's actually the case, I guess, the first for Intel in the U.S., which is going to be huge news. But yeah, not much follow through here so far.
No, because we didn't really get much details. How much is going? What specifically is going to be produced there? Are there any other clients as a result now of AMD showing trust in Intel? Because recall, AMD and Nvidia had passed on Intel's technology before. They viewed it, they tested it, they said it wasn't as good as Taiwan Semis, and they stuck with Taiwan Semis.
Just real quick, if anyone's joining a little bit late again, if you're looking at an economic calendar and you're seeing this, just maybe a spinning circle or something, it's, again, the government shutdown. No data is going to be released while this is happening. So that is going to include as well, if we get to tomorrow morning, non-farm payrolls scheduled for 8:30 tomorrow morning. That also will not happen. There's a little bit of a fly problem in here once again this morning. Neil under the weather today. Obi's back in. Good morning, guys.
Morning. Great to have Obi back here. How are you feeling?
Not too bad. Good.
Good. I was just saying, we got some disappointing news because I feel like I'm starting to get something now.
Oh, boy.
I heard Joe's starting to get something now. Sharif has a planned day off tomorrow.
Yep.
So live tomorrow on the show, Obi.
The Obi show.
All right, get ready, man. Get ready for
will be trading
for Obi tomorrow. Hopefully,
I got to wear like 4 hats and fit into 3 different shoes tomorrow.
Hey, man. Hopefully Neil will be feeling better, and hopefully he gets to watch all those baseball games today, and have a good day off, and come back tomorrow refreshed and ready to go. But
because the baseball season just started.
Baseball season just started. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that.
Go Raptors.
Go.
And then at the end of the day, we do have Randy here, which is always a great thing. Randy, you may be a host tomorrow. Is that okay? Are you off tomorrow as well? You're here. Okay, good.
All right, Randy and I will host.
Right, get ready. Sharpen up, Randy.
Yeah, we got a banana peach combo.
What the hell are you doing tomorrow?
Starting to get sick. Exactly. Stay as far away as possible. No, Neil's been sick twice this week. Obi's not feeling that well, and
I wasn't feeling well over the weekend, but I've been.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing, Randy. So, all right. So,
Rivian. Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. Rivian, I saw
deliveries.
that. I saw that, yeah.
Tesla deliveries were pretty good as well.
Tesla deliveries are tomorrow.
They were? I saw some numbers this morning.
I thought Tesla was tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Rivian missed. I heard it in my ear. I don't think it was only down 1% though. Rivian, yeah, there it is. Now down 2% to the downside, but we're not expecting anything from Rivian right now, right? So this is a longer term story. The story was up there, Randy. I don't know what it was, 12,000 vehicles, something like that.
13,000 over 12 and change, so not bad.
Yeah,
I mean, they're coming. They're just giving them some runway.
There it is. Rivian deliveries 13,000. Oh, so they deliver more vehicles than expected. I heard in my ear it was not. Much, it was less than expected, but. All right, there goes Rivian. Yeah, downside there. So I have a completely different number than that, which is probably what the issue is right here. Rivian reports Q3 production. So it's the production. That's deliveries on the screen. So I don't know if maybe it's the production number that might be slightly lighter, but the deliveries is nice. So that's good. Oh, here it is. Narrows 2025 guidance. So that's probably what the story is there for Rivian. But who cares about Rivian, honestly, at this point? Tesla right now is the big story. It's going higher, baby. It's at 470 right now. So let's go. Let's set it's a big day here for Tesla. So we'll see what happens there. And yesterday I teased a new format that we would be doing. We are not doing that today because Neil is not in. So we want to save that for when he comes in. You are going to see what the new format is, Obi. So, but tomorrow may be new format day. No, we're going to do it Monday, I think. We decided. Shreve has a booked day off tomorrow, so we're going to do something fun on Monday for everybody. So I'm sorry to disappoint you. Did not know Neil would be sick again. Yeah. So unfortunately, that is what's happening right there. Yeah, wow. Nvidia also, Obi, taking out that 190 level, and then now just came back in, but we went to 190 and a quarter there. So that's the new all-time high for Nvidia. That keeps on moving around. We were able to convince Neil yesterday to get out of some Intel, so he did that around 35 right here. So that's nice. Intel pulling back just a slight bit. We'll see if they can go find some more investments somewhere, keep it going. Then we got that AMD news yesterday. I think AMD can work, man. I mean, Broadcom's up today, AMD's up, Nvidia's up. All these chip names continue to go up. Did you see Micron's day yesterday? Oh boy, this name continues to rocket, man. Micron up a couple percentage points yesterday, 8% yesterday for Micron, and give it another 1% here today. So the market just keeps on flying. Bitcoin right now at 6-week highs. Bitcoin dropping down 120 is the level that we're looking at right now. 119.1 for BTC. The party still goes on, and yes, we are very, very blessed. What's up, Pelican? Everybody get into the chat right here. Obi, top host. Oh, yes, we think that, and we are very glad to have Obi here every single day. So thank you, Obi, for coming in. And the people like you, which is always a good thing. And yes, and we like the people, the beautiful people. That's what I play. So I'm a DJ for the... for my daughter's hockey team.
Nice. What's your DJ name?
Sean.
DJ Sean?
Yeah. It's very, very creative. Cool, so they, or just Gia's dad, I think is my DJ name around the rink these days. But no, they have like an intro music. Okay. So they come out and then their names are announced and their numbers and all that. Right. It says like, representing your blah, 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 number, whatever, this. It comes out. And then after that's done, there's like a little quick couple seconds. And then I hit them with the Marilyn Manson, The Beautiful People. That gets everyone, you know that song? Da-na-na.
I'm sure I've heard it.
Yeah, you probably heard it before.
100% I've heard it.
Yeah, and then I hit him with that, and then we get some music going for the puck drop. Nice. Anyways, I'm an idiot, so. All right, that's that. Anything on your mind?
Yeah, today? I mean, like you said, this market is absolutely crazy. We're pushing fresh highs, all-time highs on Nvidia. I got AMD on watch. I got Tesla on watch, and maybe a couple of sleepers as well. If you're not looking at some of the hot stocks in the market, I was doing my scans this morning, and oh boy. Okay, so first of all, yesterday's IPO, I would say, was pretty decent there. Off of the open, nothing too crazy, but look at that retest hold of that 24 halves, and then we got that continuation. Guess what? We're gapping up even higher today, and I think the IPO price on this one, Sean, was like $21, $22. We opened above, and we're trading much higher. Now these guys,
25.
I think it was like 21, 22 when I checked. Yeah, they might have moved that a little bit, going in closer, right. Closer to the IPO. But yeah, we opened at 25-ish, and then trading a little bit higher. So I'm going to be watching that one as well. And some internet, certain internet, and internet and software stocks are selling off pretty aggressively. So I'm watching that. Like, have you taken a look at Wix? For example, like, what is the website making business doing in 2025? You know what I mean? They, like, I can ask GPT or any sort of LLM to really help me make a website, and I don't know if this has anything to do with that, but it seems like Wix got a pretty decent bit of an unwind yesterday. I'm looking for a little bit of a continuation, maybe double bottom on top of 150. That looks nice. The weekly chart looks nice as well. We're pulling a little bit lower. So I have a few things on watch. We got Dell as well. So in another tech name, kind of similar to that of AMD and Nvidia. But you can see Dell here also technical breakout, daily breakouts. I really like that, going through the 150 level right now. So if we can kind of trend off of this level, I'm looking at that as well. But nothing too crazy, I would say, but a little crazy.
We do have BigBear AI breaking through $7, now up another 2% today. So we like that. We like that recommendation at 650. I think you were on the show when we were talking about that a couple days ago. It is time to go over to sunny and gorgeous Espanol and see what's going on with our good friend Luis. Let's go back over to the desk.
Yeah, we'll get to Luis in a second here. I was just having a look at Citigroup. Apparently, Donald Trump Jr. signing up for some sort of an account situation with Citigroup. I don't know why this is news, but apparently it's a trust situation. So I guess they're hinting at the simple fact that it's his father's money. Yeah. So Citigroup didn't move on that at all, but we'll keep an eye out for that. Rivian still trying to bounce here back above 1430. Has to get all the way back up here, probably 1450 before we really get some support maybe coming in. But yeah, if you missed it, deliveries 13,201 versus 12,955. 41,500 full year deliveries versus 43,500.
Yeah, that's, I think, what set this down. Exactly,
yeah.
Brendo. It looks like they also delivered more than they produced, meaning to me that they had a glut of inventory from the previous quarter that they moved. Now, we were expecting good EV sales because, well, on the 30th of September, a couple of days ago, the $7,500 federal EV tax credit was off. It was canceled by the Trump administration. So there was a lot of pull forward with that. But recall, if you actually put a down payment or sign the deal prior to the 30th, you still qualify. So we'll have to see how some other reporting comes out, especially with Tesla.
As we've seen, exactly, as we've seen with Tesla, you know, parking lots full of inventory that they are having trouble getting rid of. So speaking of Tesla, we'll keep an eye out for delivery numbers. We're expecting those at some point this morning. Just seeing Kuwait apparently has tapped JPMorgan here, JPM, for up to $7 billion in a pipeline deal. So JPMorgan trying to get back above some support from the past couple of days here. For that stock, as mentioned, let's bring in Luis Barbado over in Barcelona, Spain, to talk some small caps. Luis, good to see you once again.
Thank you, Brendan.
Happy Thursday. It's been a busy week with these kind of all over the place. I mean, there's so many once again this morning. I was just going through a list here. I mean, I see 10 at least that are over 1 million shares already. Where do you want to go here? What are you looking at to start things off here?
Well, it's important to narrow down your watch list to find the best setups with the best risk rewards and winning ratios. So let's narrow it a little bit. We have TSHA, TSHA. This is the main ticker for us today. Why? Because it's 220 million shares float. And it's very important that it's easy to borrow, right? So that means there will be more people than usual, if it's easy to borrow, that will go short. That first of all, if it's hard to borrow, we have to pay locates, the amount of shorts in the market will be lower. But when it's easy to borrow, you know, the people join, the breakouts easier, you know, they are more happy to go short because it's for free, which is stupid, but that's human behavior. So it's easy to borrow, 220 million shares float, and it's breaking, as you can see, daily resistance for, I think, 2024, something like that, was 4.20, and we have nothing above. So let's see, we see a huge short squeeze on this one.
A couple of things on that. If you're looking at, or if somebody is, you know, looking through a list of things moving around here, we see 220 million share float is not tiny by any stretch of the imagination. If you pair that with a bit of a short percent, which one are you giving more weighting to? Do you want to see less shares available, or do you want to see maybe a higher short percent?
Usually, the lower the float is, the higher the probability it goes parabolic, because of the rotation float. We have a huge volume, but low float, and that gives us a lot of rotation flow, and it's very likely that it goes parabolic. But on the other side, when we have a little bit bigger flow, like 220 million, and the stock is easy to borrow, that means there will be millions of shares shorts. So it could produce a sort of squeeze as we expect on this one, mainly because it's breaking daily resistance. So that's there's not always an easy answer for everything in trading.
Definitely. As the years go by, I think that's a very wise lesson learned. As far as the intraday action here or pre-market action is concerned, what are you looking at as far as levels for this? How are you going to approach trading this one?
On a TSHA, we are waiting until the backside is built. We will not trade frontside this one since it's breaking daily resistance and with a lot of volume, already 10 million shares traded. So we will wait until the backside is built, and probably the VWAP is under, people are trading under the VWAP or fighting the VWAP. Let's see how the VWAP and the backside is built, and then probably when we see some shift of volume to another stock that is running up, when we see this shift of volume to other small cap, we will jump on this one short.
All right, a little bit less on the volume side of things, but CIGL has been one of those ones that pops up every once in a while. This was after the close yesterday, coming back in here this morning, looking a little bit on the weak side so far for this one. What are your thoughts?
My thought is that we don't have enough chip locate on this one, so we will not be able to go short. And for me, it's not ready to go long either. So it's an avoid situation for me, since I don't like it to go long and I cannot go short. So we will avoid this ticker so far.
As far as pricing is concerned, there's a number of these that are below that $1 mark. We've had the conversation many times on the show about trading that, $2 to maybe $9 range versus something under $2 or even sub $1. Just give us your thoughts here, just quickly on that sub $1 area. There's probably 5 or 6 this morning moving around.
Yeah, there are a lot of these today and yesterday as well. The market is all-time highs almost, and small caps are running. So a lot of tickers try to go above $1 to not, so they avoid some regulatory situations. And so we have seen a lot of runners these days sub-dollar. It is very personal situation. I find a little bit not very comfortable trading this because we don't have rebates. We pay per trade most of the times, and it's very difficult to measure the size, the risk when it's below $1. You have to measure very good the sizing, and it's not that easy. But we're looking for some that are destroyed, or they need some cash. They will very likely to send some offering to ATM to the market. But then now today we're only looking ASBP is the only ticker we are looking into. If it goes a little bit more parabolic to 60 cents or 70 cents, I think it's trading now 40s. Yeah. So if we break this high of 0.45 and we test 0.60, we will look for shorts over that price.
From an overall market standpoint here, Luis, with the government situation that's happening, we mentioned earlier this morning, no data and no economic data, no macro type announcements that are going to be maybe influencing bigger players to put on positions or, move positions around based on the overall market move. Could we see maybe a little bit more attention being paid to the smaller end of the market cap scale because of that?
I don't think so, because that's why we trade small caps, because we fight with another kind of participants. We don't trade against big funds or huge investors or banks. We only play against other retailers, day traders, algorithms, so it's another battle, it's another market. I don't think we will see some shift of volume from the big caps to the small cap because of the government situation.
As far as opportunities go, one of those situations, though, where sometimes less is more, and you and I have had that conversation many times, and really narrowing down and picking your spots carefully and understanding what it is that is giving you opportunities on a day in, day out basis. Luis Barbado, great stuff as always over in Barcelona, Spain. Good to see you.
Thank you very much, Brendan.
Yes, thank you very much, Luis. I think that he came up with some great points there. I really like, waiting for the backside. Of course, I love that. But something interesting that he mentioned. He was like, we wait for the volume to shift over to a different hot stock to get short on this one. Kind of like, because again, that retail volume is probably going to run to the next best thing. They're looking for the next mover. So when that volume moves out, I like that. It gives a very strong confluence.
I think. One thing that we learn every week or every 2 weeks when we have Luis on is that he always talks very specifically about what he's looking for. So to your point, it's like that's what we're, that's why we have notes. That's why you have your notes. We all have our notes that we go through. Neil writes down stuff on his iPad there. And it's just like, you got to have the ideas. I mean, we were talking about shorting EA when that bumped through and that deal was happening, right? And so there's those kind of trades. There's the trades that Luis is, I gotta have some water, that Luis is talking about there, right? And so there's lots of stuff happening, and it's just a matter of being specific and looking for what you're looking for. Like the very first name that I wrote down on here was TQQs. Because we've been really hitting the market pretty well lately, and we have a bias to the long. So we're trying to find, the areas where longs are. Now we have a bias. I mean, we were really shorting the last couple days. Last time was a couple trades on the TQs shorting, but not today, man. Not with what I'm seeing. So I put my bias there, went right over there and grabbed that, right? So same thing with Luis. I'll show the Packers. It's part of my contract. I have to.
Green Bay Packers.
Well, I'm an owner of the company.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have to promote it, So, but no, being very specific with what you're trying to do and what you're trying to look at, right? So, like you had mentioned, the backside trading there, and we have Joe over here looking at options and things like that. And I always like to look at the upgrades and downgrades because I think that's another thing for me, catalysts.
Yeah.
Waiting for something to happen so that you can trade based on factual or, run-ups into events, things like that have been happening. I feel like there's going to be a lot of money, and you talked about a lot of money on the sidelines, as this government shutdown continues. Yes, I can. As the government shutdown continues to loom and is here, the market seems to be shrugging this off. So I'm a little bit nervous because we're not going to get the data tomorrow. We're not going to get the jobless claims or anything like that coming out. That's going to hinder what I think the Fed eventually winds up doing. And I think that can give some confusion and some uncertainty into the marketplace. But where we get a pullback. I mean, I thought yesterday we started the day with a short. We had a great short because I was like, government shutdown.
Right, yeah.
The short lasted, Obi, like 10 minutes.
Yeah, no.
And then the market was just like.
I went on to, I think it was GPT or something, and I was like, how did the market perform in the last few government shutdowns? And it came up with, it was perfectly fine. Like I think we were trending. Like it wasn't really significantly affected by prior government shutdowns. So coming into yesterday, I was just like, I'm going to be a little open-minded. But yeah, I did. Like part of me wanted to lean short, but clearly that wasn't the case soon after the market opened. So yeah, I think that was very clear. And then there's a lot of things that just ground up yesterday. Just a slow kind of a melt up. We saw that happen in XLV as well. A lot of healthcare stocks just straight grinding bid all the way to the upside as well. So
did you see the South Park episode? Government.
Oh no, I heard this is more recent.
Yeah.
More recent episode. I haven't seen.
So they did a whole thing on Kalshi basically and on prediction markets.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And the kids were putting up like bets on certain things. So like you can literally bet on anything. Will the next government funding whatever, So if we click on this is what I wanted to show you. How long, and this is the betting markets, and they've been pretty accurate, so far here. So yesterday we were at 11 days. Right now, 12 and a half days. So you can bet right now, it's pretty much, look, in the betting market, that's pretty close to 50-50, like 60-42 here, not giving up the juice one way or the other. How long will the government shutdown last? Andre, why don't we put this exact question up on the poll, YouTube. Yeah. So we'll do how long, I'll send it to you. I'll just copy this and put it in our group chat. How long will the government shutdown last? Greater than 10 days. More greater than or less than 10 days. I'm going to say less than. Forever the optimist.
Nice.
How about yourself?
I think I'll probably say less than. Yeah.
Less than gang.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get that for you. Everyone can vote in just a couple seconds.
the last-
All right, if we're ready, Andre, we are ready. Okay, let's go over to Joe. We've been waiting patiently with upgrades and downgrades.
Patiently waiting. All right, guys, what's going on? Happy Thursday. Let's take a look at what we have going on with the upgrades and downgrades this morning. At the top of our list, yes, we have Apple getting that upgrade price target raised by Morgan Stanley to $298. Now, Boston Scientific by Barclays also getting the nod as well, too, guys. Price target raised to $136. UiPath, BMO Capital Markets giving it the nod once again. $13 is going to be that specific target. Now, Peloton, surprisingly, getting that price target raised as well, too, by Telsey Advisory Group to $9. Now, on the downgrade side, a little step here north of the border, CN Rail, guys, getting the downgrade to $97 by Barclays. And then Scott's Miracle-Gro, I think we're near the ending of the season of that, getting the downgrade by UBS Group. Now, EA Sports, yes, Electronic Arts is getting the downgrade to $210 by Roth Capital, and then Helen of Troy getting the downgrade by UBS Group to $27. Now, let's take a look at some of the activity here in the options market, guys. We've seen that Intel and AMD correlated yesterday with some big-time breakouts. You can see at that 35 strike price, that's not this week's expiration. That's a couple weeks from now, the 17th of October. You had the open interest around 52K, which I found really, really intriguing. And then also we had volume of 16,000. Now, if we're going to pull this up, and take a look at our deltas, I think this one was interesting for me because it's obviously an in-the-money call. So there it is at that 35 strike price. You have that 0.6 delta on that October 17th expiration. And you can see that the open interest hasn't reset yet for this morning. So yeah, that's your delta right there, guys. 0.6 on INTC. And then now as for AMD, we're going to pull that up as well too, guys, because at that 170 strike price, I believe that's currently, that's at the money. The open interest was sitting around 23,200 contracts, and the volume was around 28,400. Once again, we're going to go into that October expiration, the 17th on AMD, and that 170 strike price is right at the money. But there's your delta. It's 0.4 roughly, 0.38 to be exact. So what is that telling us? That for every $1 move in AMD, that contract's value is only going to change $38. All right. So once you get more in the money, and you can see as you head lower in the strike price, is when you're going to get closer to that one-to-one movement in the options contract itself. And then Rocket Company, I know Katina Man was trading this one yesterday near the end of the session, and I found that one really intriguing. So I wanted to pull that up as well. That's going to be this week's expiration cycle at that $20.50 strike price. The delta on that isn't displaying itself right now, but it is out of the money. So we're going to assume that it's relatively lower than the contracts that are trading in the money or at the money, all right? And that's that $20.50 strike price with 52,000 current open contracts and then volume around 9,500 there, guys. So yeah, that's what we got going on with some of the call option activity.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, no, some interesting names there. I find it funny that EA gets a downgrade to 210 when their buyout price is at 210. I thought that was just funny, but we've been kind of selling off a little bit here, 201.50s currently, and yeah, until the deal closes, I'm sure it'll chop around and give some great opportunities as well. Apple as well with the upgrade. So yeah, market's all-time highs, and then one of the market leaders getting a nice little upgrade as well. So consolidating sideways within yesterday's range on Apple. I like that. Let's see if we can break it with any sort of distinction, because this is just winding up that consolidation range a little bit more. But yeah, I'll be watching the Nasdaq and the ES as well. Mainly if I am going to be trading any one of these Mag 7 stocks, because again, markets are at all-time highs, and the bid for the past couple of days has been pretty aggressive, especially yesterday. Like we just said, like on the government shutdown, I wasn't expecting such a grinding bid, and that's what we got. And it seems like we're getting some gap up continuation on a lot of the market leaders as well. Names like a Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, Apple, not so much.
It's always nice when the the leaders are the leaders, and they can take you, but there's so many other names. Like I got BigBear AI written on here today as well. People are asking, I just saw in the chat about the Tesla numbers. I don't think there are Tesla numbers today, right? They're tomorrow. As far as I know. So here's Tesla right here. This is the latest news stories right here. There's nothing from this morning for deliveries. So we had written it down, and it was October 2nd, the last time I asked Adara. So I just wanted to double confirm that, and we'll ask her when she comes back. But I think even the boys at the desk, it's not today. The numbers that we got, so I like AMD breaking 170, is what I was going to get at anyways, with that news yesterday with the foundry and potential deal or whatever with Intel, where that's going to be on the story. So we'll get to that as well. But right into there, that's 170 right there. We'll see if it can go. That little top that we made in August 30th or so, that was 171. So if you want to get real specific with it, fine. But there's the break now. And I always say this, man, over here, get that garbage out of here. All this kind of stuff right now. And I was saying to Obi he's waiting for this huge dip to happen. Wait a minute, Tesla's going insane right now.
They're going to release today, I'm pretty sure, because today's the 2nd. Today's October 2nd.
Oh, today is October 2nd.
Yeah, they're releasing sometime
I'm like,
today.
oh, the data's coming out October 2nd.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's today.
Yeah, so there goes Tesla right now, Brendan and Sharif. It's going right now. So 468 up to 478.
Boom.
Let's go. There's the numbers right now. Yeah, so my bad on that one. I forgot that it was October 2nd. Here I am saying it's October 2nd is when they're releasing, so it's not today. But there it goes. So it looks like we're going to get better numbers. I don't have them. Let's throw it over the desk and see if they do.
Hey.
Keep an eye out here. Nothing yet as far as anything for Tesla. But clearly they're out somewhere because the market is... Oh, there they are. All right, so Q3 deliveries, 497,000 versus 439,612. So 497.99 versus 439,612. So handily beating estimates there as far as Q3 deliveries go. Production, 447,450 versus 450,313. So a slight undercut there on the production side, but total, again, Q3 deliveries, 497,099 versus 439,612.
That's higher than all the estimates that I saw. I saw 443 was consensus. I saw a stronger estimate from Gary Black for 470. Troy Teslike, he's a Tesla researcher, he was projecting 481. So this beats even the higher end of the spectrum here, Brendo. Good look for Tesla. I still don't have them on my side, so not really much that I can contribute there. Anything you
yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye out for individual numbers. I'll throw those up on the screen there just for anyone who might have missed that. I'm just going to keep an eye out for individual model numbers. Here's a few coming through right now. Tesla third quarter other model delivery category, 15,933 versus 17,184. So take out the Model 3, the Model X, and the Model Y, and everything else was a little bit under, which is normal for them. Tesla third quarter other model production, 11,624, down 13%. That's quarter over quarter. Model 3 Y deliveries, 481,166. Huge beat. 424,828. So 481,166 versus 424,828. Monster beat on, again, if you take out anything above essentially Model Y, and the Model Y, the Model 3, and the Model S, all huge beat.
Yeah, this is fantastic, Brendo, and it's on Tesla's website and the investor relations website over here. As you mentioned, all the numbers are accurate, but that gives you an idea of how reliant they are on Model 3 and Model Y, and less reliant, obviously, on Cyber X and S, having only produced 11,600 and sold a little bit less than 16,000 of those cars. So good look for Tesla here, but dropping right back down, trying to hold that 472 area, Brendo. We'll have to keep an eye out on this.
Yeah, so the production side of things a little bit weaker on certain individual categories. Again, the other, quote unquote, they call it the other model production side of things, which was 11,624 versus 15,933. Thoughts here, guys?
Oh boy.
I mean, my thoughts are exactly what you just said. Oh boy. Yeah, another big number. We had talked about this all week. that Tesla was going to do something. I mean, every single report that we had on the week was higher than expected, higher than expected. Everybody was expecting a bigger number, and then they gave it. Elon shows up, knocks the door out, and boom, right there, a huge move, and new all-time highs incoming. I mean, there's nothing else to talk about really for Tesla. This is what Tesla looks like right now. Like now my wife will just drive my car. Like she is like, oh, I'm just taking the Tesla. It's an amazing driving experience. I could not be happier owning one. It is charging downstairs as we speak. I haven't been to a gas station in months, well, since I've owned it, obviously. And it's a pleasure to drive. I just have a base Model 3. There's nothing even that fancy. I just have it as a commuter car. It's my favorite car I've ever driven. I like the stock, and there it is, man. There's 480. We've said 480's incoming, and there it is, man. As soon as you broke through all this garbage here at 360, 370, you're now up $100 in just a little bit of time. But pigs do get slaughtered, so you know what? I'm going to look today to see what I have in the account and take off 10%. I'm just rules-based, man. So we're going to do that. If it comes up, we took out some Intel. We'll take out some Tesla here again today. Tesla just made it onto the sticky note is what we were waiting for. Now we go long on Tesla on any pullbacks. I said pullback, so I wrote down 465 where the 200 period was. I got to adjust that. So right now you're looking for 470s. You're looking for VWAP, wherever that is. Right now that's at 470. Bye-bye, Tesla. It's nice knowing you. Shout out to Chef Joe right now. Shout out to anybody that's put a lot. I have a friend of mine that's pretty much their whole RRSP is in Tesla.
Yeah, I got a buddy like that as well.
Yeah.
Like during undergrad, and this was many years ago, he was crazy about Tesla, and we were all like, "Oh, this guy's way too crazy." His first car was a Tesla as well. First car he ever bought. This guy's been rolling leaps since undergrad. Rolling leaps.
Jesus.
Wow. Absolutely. He's big chilling. He works because he wants to. He likes what he does, but he doesn't need to do any of that.
But again, Obi, this is what I was trying to tell you, man.
Yeah.
When you have age on your side, all this guy did was buy. I mean,
he only bought Tesla. Tesla calls, Tesla shares, Tesla leaps,
right.
like everything. He just kept on just churning those. Oh, he's been talking about Tesla for years.
Right, no, but I'm saying, Tesla's been a decade-long story.
Yeah,
you could have bought these options 6 months ago.
Yeah,
and had this experience. But Tesla's been here before. It is a roller coaster. We want to say congratulations to TSLA, and for everybody that's like, China's eating Tesla's lunch. BYDDY. Let's just go over here. So this is what Tesla is, all-time highs, right? This is what BYDDY is doing right now. BYDDY, although it looks like it's, I got to use e-signal charts. Hold on a second. BYDDY, just to give you guys an idea. If you think that China's coming for them, then why don't we just maybe buy some BYD? BYD's down here at $14. Its all-time highs are $20. So you are now off 35% from all-time highs. There's probably a get-up trade coming back into here. And look, Tesla, all-American company. If I had a USA button, I'd be hitting it right now. Congratulations to everybody that's really, there's two stocks that have printed the most millionaires. You can ask this to Perplexity.
Yep.
It's Nvidia and it's Tesla.
Yep.
So right there, man, like you said, giving shares to employees, both these companies, share options, stock options, like you were mentioning, your friend there killing it as well as an investor. So congratulations everybody that's been on there. But they threw it back there and said, what do we think about it? Well, that's what I think about it. So
I think like today it was on my top of the list. It still definitely is. We've got positive numbers. We're trading a little bit higher. 480 didn't really crack through that reaction reference push right there, but we're trading around 475. So a nice little consolidation forming right now.
Yeah.
We still have about 22 minutes left until the open. So I'm going to wait, be patient. Whatever structure forms off of this reaction, off of the open, we'll talk about it a little bit more there. But let's get back to the desk there with the rundown.
This number as well, much higher than expected. The energy storage deployed, 12.5 gigawatts of energy storage in Q3 2025. That's their best ever quarter from the energy battery system as well.
And this has been a good tailwind for them lately, Brendo, and a lot of data centers are starting to use this as well because it keeps that current, consistent power. There's no spikes in power. And when you learn more about these GPUs and the networking components that connect them, you need that very, very consistent. There cannot be spikes up and down. Otherwise, they're not in harmony, these GPUs.
A lot of people questioning where the growth is going to come from for this company over the past couple of quarters. I mean, Elon himself said, going back a couple of quarters ago, saying the next few could be a bit of a rough ride. Maybe we've weathered the storm already, but just to make the point, the energy side, the robotic side, the AI side, still a huge potential.
Absolutely. There's just so much. I mean, robotics, robo-taxi, goodness gracious, obviously XAI, another one of his ventures. But to really summarize this, we talked about this when we got the European numbers yesterday. It feels maybe that the decline in the deliveries, the decline in sales, Brendo, is kind of bottomed out. We're starting to see the other side of this finally.
And we're starting to see, hopefully anyways, the other side of the fallout from the political aspirations of Elon. Hopefully he'll stay in the office going forward. Let's go on to crypto. A couple days in a row to the upside here for IBIT, back to 68 bucks as crypto closes, or Bitcoin anyways, closes in on 120.
Yeah, and October is one of the best months for crypto, Brendan, so let's get right down to it and talk about it. Historically, October is Bitcoin's strongest month with gains in the last 10 of 12 years since 2013. Traders refer to the period as Uptober, of course, highlighting a recurring pattern where September weakness sets up October strength. This year was kind of an exception, with Bitcoin gaining 5% in September versus its usual sluggish performance. Obviously, the U.S. government shutdown helped kind of push that forward as, political gridlock and risk continues to rear its ugly head, Brendo. The token has surged about 90% year to date. Analysts suggest that while October's strength is likely, the pace of gains may moderate due to September's better than expected upside. Also, Bitcoin's longer term trajectory remains tied to regulatory easing, adoption, and macro volatility.
Just taking a note here on Disney. Hulu becoming global general entertainment brand on Disney Plus beginning October 8th. That's Disney so far today, guys.
All right, thoughts on Bitcoin, my guy?
I'm looking at it right now, man. That 119.5 test that we recently got was just this morning. It was interesting. We had a bit of a run up all the way almost into that prior high. I think again all-time highs was at 120,000 something and change, if I remember correctly. Let's just go up to a weekly chart here and take a look at that specific. So we're pretty much within range of these all-time highs here on Bitcoin. So yeah, a lot of strength. And we were talking about this, dip down to, I think, 108. Might have been a little bit scary, but well within trend. We're still holding structure, higher highs and higher lows, even with the range that this is kind of pulling back. A 13% pullback is well within range for Bitcoin. And we were just talking about this earlier this morning. Like, the higher it gets, the percent pullbacks are going to be a little bit wider, and it might seem a little scary, but that's when you can just use your percentages and really not really care too much about the price necessarily, and be like, all right, this is a 10% pullback. Is that within range for Bitcoin? Sure, it went from 120 to 108, but is it, is it within the behavior, the normal behavior set of what the Bitcoin volatility usually exhibits? Yes, very much so. And I think, well within range. I think we're poised for all-time highs, man. That's
I mean, it's a catch-up trade, right? And that's what I was saying to Joseph and to Sharif the last little while, is just the fact that, the market's at all-time highs, and it was just a matter. I'm still watching Tesla. The market's at all-time highs, so it's no surprise that now Bitcoin needs to pick up a little bit. All the market does is switch from this to that to this to that, and it's like they took a break on IBIT. They gave everybody an opportunity to get back into it. And hey, look, if you had faith in crypto, these were the levels. We had talked about this. Many people waiting for the 200 period moving average. Again, talk to Obi, waiting for some support to get into things. Well, I mean, there was an opportunity right there on IBIT. Now you're 10% higher and wondering if all-time highs are incoming. We do have to apologize. We do have very annoying noises this morning. People talking about chalkboard scratching and things like that. And unfortunately, it's probably going to continue. So we want to appreciate everybody's patience in everything as we work through more and more renovations. And you guys can see behind us lots of stuff happening as we look to grow the studio and work completely on the other side to make a bigger and better viewing experience for everybody. And so that
I'm excited for this piece right here.
Yeah,
that's going to be exciting.
Well, we've already said. I mean, just a huge video wall. It's going to be amazing. So we are very, very excited for that. So, all right. Yes, there is. Unfortunately, Frank, thank you for bringing that up. There is no big reveal today because Neil is off. Thanks, Neil.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we'll have to wait on that one. So, no big reveal today.
Oh boy.
Wow, Neil. All right, back over to the desk.
Just seeing a note on BE, Bloom Energy. JPMorgan doubling their price target. Moved down yesterday.
It was big.
Or was it higher?
No, it was a high. I think it touched back to all-time. Well, I don't know if it's back to COVID highs, but it was back to local highs yesterday.
Right.
Plug Power also had a good day.
I'll pull that up and have a look. But yeah, just heads up. Again, JPMorgan doubling their price target for Bloom Energy. Intel, meanwhile, if you missed it yesterday, if you were on the golf course maybe, huge move into the close here. We got all the way back to $36 by the end of the day. Kind of surprising, not much follow through here this morning. You made the point, which is a good one. Not a lot of detail in that announcement yesterday, but if you missed it, AMD, potentially their first foundry customer.
Yeah, and oldest rivals too, Brando. They didn't like each other. I tell you, I used to buy laptops with AMD processors. They were crap compared to Intel. That's not the case anymore. So apparently, Intel is reportedly in early discussions with AMD to manufacture some of AMD's chips through, yes, of course, Intel's foundry business, the much beleaguered and maligned foundry business. They've been aggressively seeking large-scale customers to validate their turnaround strategy. The collaboration would be notable, of course, because, as I mentioned, AMD and Intel are long-standing rivals in that x86 chip design business for PCs, of course. Now we're talking more AI. Securing AMD as a customer would allow Intel to confidently invest in scaling its manufacturing technology. Analysts are highlighting here, Brendo, that such a move would send a strong signal to other chip makers that Intel can handle third-party business at scale. We saw Nvidia throw $5 billion Intel's way, but it was a product deal only. They specifically said we're not using the foundry business, and they stuck with Taiwan Semi.
Suddenly, the U.S. guy, just saying, suddenly the U.S. government takes a stake in Intel, and they're getting all the deals coming through. Quickly, we were talking about crypto there to kick things off. This is coming tomorrow. RARA, going to trade under the ticker symbol SLMT as of October 3rd on the NASDAQ. It's an crypto infrastructure company.
Yeah, I just want to let everybody know as well, the morning note is out, Brendo. So if you guys are not joined, Andre, if we can, right below the video, there is that join button right there. And if you click it, you can become a premium member with our YouTube feed. And what it gives you access to, of course, is my morning note. So if you're already signed up, you go to the YouTube homepage over here, right under posts, you click that bad boy and you'll see the first one right there. You click read more, and there it is. It will only show up for premium users. It's a PDF file, super accessible. You can view it on mobile, desktop, whatever you like.
Thoughts on Intel, AMD, guys?
Grab my
definitely some thoughts on a bit. The buyers are here. I said that last week when we started aggressively pushing and breaking. All right. So Intel, AMD, yes, definitely a lot to talk about here. And I was saying this last week, the buyers are definitely here on Intel. We got that consolidation breakout. We were consolidating for almost over a year, 19 halves. I think a little bit lower as well. And when we finally kind of got that push last week, we're starting to sustain some of those levels as well. And I think Joe was showing us the 35 open interest as well. Was it expiring this week or on the 17th? I think on the 17th. So that open interest is looking interesting as well. We're trading in and around those levels, 35. So I'm looking for this 36.30 prior high break just to look for that continuation. But you can see we gapped up, consolidated, price acceptance. bidding up higher, selling off a little bit, maybe some more price acceptance, holding structure from before, and maybe poised for a bit of a push higher. But that's on Intel. Intel kind of does its own thing. That's what I realized. But AMD, oh boy, that's an aggressive bid here in the pre-market session. Nice little push continuation after a strong close going into the end of the day yesterday. 170, well within range. If we do see that, if we do find that buyers are still going to be continuing this move, I think that's going to be interesting, and I definitely want to participate in some of that. And you can see that here as well. A little bit of a weekly breakout happening through that 165 level, 4 or 5 weeks, so monthly breakout happening. And then the next resistance is 186. I don't know if we're going to get there just today, but we're gapping up all the way into 170 as of right now. So I'm looking for that continuation up above some of these levels, above 165. That's what I'm looking for the bid to hold above.
Yeah, so for me, same kind of a way. I'm looking here at, it's on the, gotta say would love to, but cannot make that tonight. My daughter again. All right, 170 break. I mean, I wrote this down on the sticky note. I think this is worth taking here. Even right off the open. If this market is euphoric, which it seems to be right now, I think AMD wants to go. It's trying to break up higher. We've now got this level right here of 165. It is now, you know, it's on the note right there today to go. So I'm going to have this. It's AMD 170 key break on this Intel news. It's the right space. Let's get this higher. I mean, I think we've been really hitting Nvidia lately, and that broke through its levels as well. I think this has 185, 190 in it, right? I mean, why not? It doesn't seem to be anything negative in this space right now. We'll see if that wants to go. And I mean, look at Broadcom also. Forget about the whole Intel news. This is what I mean. It's the space that's going up. Broadcom up 3% as well. Nvidia up. Micron, NVDA. Nvidia was up yesterday, is up today, but not as much today. Micron up huge yesterday, up today again. The space, ARM yesterday up huge. So there's so many, I don't know, green shoots right now that I think it's hard. Look at this ARM move yesterday, whoosh, right there. It's hard to ignore that, right? And then you get also the great news, both American companies, great news here from Intel yesterday as potentially that new customer. They're going to fade off a little bit. And like I said, it was a good thing that we were able to get some out there yesterday at those highs. We got out this day, but yesterday saved a little bit from traders that were maybe wondering if they should have got out. You got that opportunity yesterday. I'm not as excited about Intel. We'll wait. Yeah. Like we hit Intel when this happened yesterday. So we didn't trade Intel at all until that happened, and we went long Intel and then had this into the close.
Nice.
All right, we also reloaded it, Obi, we reloaded it right there yesterday as well, right? And so there was a lot of opportunities there to get in, and I think Intel will give you that, again, I don't know if here it is right here. This was
beautiful.
Yeah, this was just, we didn't get it until late. There's the 35 break, so we ran that to about 35.80, then it came back in, and we reloaded it at 35, and then at the end of the day, this doesn't show the whole trade, but at the end of the day, it ripped into 36 and change. Wow. So we actually got close to the closing print yesterday. So we had about $1 at the end of the day. We had part of this move as well. So let's just wait. We can be patient with Intel. We don't have to hit it immediately. But that AMD level, I think if you hit it, you might want to, I was going to say hit it and quit it, but we want to hit it and maybe stay with it as we try to break that 170. I remember how good Nvidia was when we broke 180, I think, or 185. You were on the show here with me when that broke, and that was just a really big trade as well, right into here. So there was the 185 break. That went to 187. So I have something similar here for AMD, I think, is in the cards. I'm going long on advanced micro devices. The order's already in. So 180 break. And then just on the downside, I know you mentioned 165. You're doing all that work. So that's good. We always like yesterday's closing prices.
Oh, yeah. So
I'm down with 165. So we'll wait. If the market comes down and we don't get long 170, we'll wait for Bill 65.
One or the other, yeah.
What's up, boys?
They've started to make some of the smaller models. We were just talking about Ford. It was out yesterday, but Ford, huge uptick in EV, not only EV deliveries, but production as well on the quarter. And I chuckled because as we were talking about that yesterday, Randy comes over here and he's telling us about one of his friends who had a recall on their Ford vehicle.
He sent me the picture.
In the actual letter that was sent to the customer, it said, "We have no parts, but just so you know, your car has to have this done."
But drive it anyway, Brendo.
It may or may not break. Anyway, Robinhood continuing this multi-day run here, back to the top end of the range, 142 coming into play here, super strong. Needham, one of a few positive notes coming through this morning. Again, if you missed it, this was late yesterday, actually, exploring or the opportunity to get into the prediction markets a la Kalshi.
Oh yeah, it's been doing they're calling them event contracts, Brendo, and they've got substantial amount of event contracts. But yesterday, Vlad Tenev was in Singapore and he was on Squawk Box Asia, happened to catch the interview by accident, and he was talking a lot about tokenization. So let's get right down to it. He called tokenization a freight train that will eventually eat, Brendo, the entire financial system. He believes most major markets will have a framework for tokenized assets within 5 years. Tokenization, of course, refers to turning real-world assets like stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities into actual digital representations, tradable, of course, on the blockchain network. In June, Robinhood launched 200 tokenized U.S. stocks only for EU customers, though. He argued tokenization could become the default method for accessing U.S. stocks internationally. He expects Europe to lead the adoption. Sadly, though, he's predicting the U.S. will be one of the last adopters for this tokenization push, and major firms like Morgan Stanley and BlackRock have obviously signaled their interest in tokenization, kind of giving legitimacy to the whole push.
Yeah, 9 of 11 days in a row here to the upside, including the past couple of guys at all-time highs here for Robinhood.
Yeah, what a way we've come, man. I'm just looking at this weekly chart on Robinhood, and this thing was doing absolutely nothing during 2022, 2023, and a decent chunk going into 2024, the first half as well. But that run-up since then has been absolutely wild. Yes, all-time highs indeed. 140, 125 is currently trading. Highs I have on the weekly chart at 143.62s. Where are we relative to the actual high? 143.60. That's weird. 143.62s on the weekly, but this chart's showing 143.60s. That's fine. We made that high just on Tuesday after hours. So going into the close on Tuesday, we'll see if it comes right in. I'm looking for this trend to continue. We got that aggressive push coming into the beginning of the week. I'm looking for this week to continue to close a little bit stronger here, but we have made maybe potentially a little bit of a top here at 143.60s, but I'm looking for that momentum. Strong market tailwind, strong sector. I like the bid. Let's see if it continues. That's what I'm looking for on HOOD.
Yeah, I mean, Robinhood, there's nothing really to say other than trying to buy some dips. I mean, if we look at what yesterday's trade was like for Robinhood, not good. So this could happen again today, you know, where we get a really excited open, get up to that 143 area, and then get faded out. So I want to see it break. Like, it needs to stay above 143. So for me, I don't actually want to trade Robinhood today until it breaks that 143. Right now we're at 141, 142. It needs to break this level here and hold it. Because then once that happens, like once we break above it, then I can replay some of the tests back down into here, because then we can use 142.50 as our out, something like that. I am just a little bit nervous. We've had some nice moves, but it's faded out, and then it really got going, faded out, got going again. So yeah, I don't want to punch the highs here on Robinhood, but I do want to, you know, play the sector, and I think Webull is a great name in the space, and it again has been hit the last couple days, but it's kind of like we're getting into some charts. We're getting into some support areas again for this. So this comes into like 1375, 1350. I really think Webull is a buy. And then everyone's favorite stock. I feel like there's more talk always about SoFi than there is about Robinhood. And it might be price related just because a little bit of a cheaper name here. But wow, that 29 was a good, I mean, we had just, again, it just had extended too far. We had talked about getting some out. We had last got some out at 24, then again at 29. So we kind of hover in the middle of those two prices right now. I like this stock down here at the 50-period moving average. I think SoFi is another one of those names that you want to get involved with. I think this is going to be a longer-term idea. SoFi here with room to run. Great quarter, their last print, and I think it continues. There it was right there. Nice upside. We took out all-time highs then, and now we're trying to do it again with SoFi. Before I say all-time highs, let me just double-check that on the chart here, because I thought we were in and around. Maybe we have to go back. Let me just go to a monthly just to double check. It'll be quick. Bear with me in 1 second. Yeah, okay, yeah. So we did make that. But this is the area of concern right now. We broke through it. We made about a 10% push higher. Now we'll see if it wants to hold. So for me, yeah, 25 bucks. Let's play in and around here. If we can get long, I think it's a good hold back to 30, and then you deal with it after that. So SoFi definitely stamping that approval on there. And then JPMorgan, we heard some deals today. I think it was with the Saudis or Kuwait or something like like that. Again, just something about taking something private. I don't know what it was. It's not an upgrade or downgrade or anything. But JPMorgan also potentially seeing some tops. So this could fade back to 3 bills, which looks like a decent buying opportunity there as well. Citigroup with Donald Trump Jr. was a story this morning there. So the financials still look real healthy, man. Nice little pullback even for Citigroup from 105 back into 100. So yeah, some of the names starting to come out. It looks like it's a tech world today.
All right, let's go on to Apple here. This was late yesterday. Bloomberg, just a report at this point, but it's interesting from the standpoint that, as we all know and have discussed on this show many, many times, Apple is notorious for being not only late to the party, but typically the last to the party. So the fact that they're making this shift apparently so early in this game, I think really points to, you know, as you've been saying all along here, the legitimacy of potential in this product.
Yeah, Brendo, I mean, this is usually, well, we saw it with the car, but we don't typically see it with Apple, right? They see things through. Let's talk about what we mean here. So Apple apparently has halted the development of its lower cost Vision Pro headset, codenamed N100, which was actually slated for a 2027 release. The Vision Pro, which is obviously priced at $3,500 US, launched back in February of 24 and it's faced weak momentum. Apple is relocating some of its engineers from the headset team to accelerate product, yes, on smart glasses. And there's going to be 2 types, according to this report from Bloomberg. Go ahead.
I don't want to interrupt you, but we're 5 seconds away here, guys, from the market opening quickly on Apple.
The market is now open. All right, so here we go. The market's now open. I mean, we like Apple. This market is brought to you by, of course, Beta Pro, 3X, Global X. Thank you so much, Global X, for continuing to sponsor us. The market is now open. So, I mean, I like Apple. We've talked about sort of the new phone release. The iPhone 17 has been pretty hot. There's Tesla. I'm waiting for 466. That's the 200 period moving average. So Tesla does come down here a little bit. Look at the futures. It's a nice crack lower right there. We put down on the TQQs. We're waiting for yesterday's levels, and they're not in yet. So we're waiting for like 105 low. We'll see what happens there. But the 200 period's at 106. So if you like that there, I think Tesla might be our first fill. I'm bidding 466, so that might be able to come in right now. I'm going to try a spot right now. Very small. We'll try like 10 or, we just missed it. I just bid 467. Should come in. We'll see if we can get that fill to start a trade there for TSLA. And then my guy AMD over here, downside as well, back into the 200 period moving average. So things moving around. Keep us updated in the chat if there's anything you guys want us to cover that maybe we haven't yet, but it's only 1 minute in, Obi. So market fading out just a little bit now.
Yeah, just a little bit there. We're holding that 190 for now, so I got a little involved on top of it. But again, it hasn't shown me everything that I want to see just yet. Wow, that's a nasty little wick. I'll remove that.
Just take $1 on Tesla.
We're holding that level pretty well here as of right now. So let's see if we get that continuation. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I said. Tesla, a little bit of a pullback through that 470 mark, and Nvidia holding that 190 still. Let's see. Can we print the half? Can we hold the quarter? Can we print the half? We're holding the quarter right now. We're trying to print the half at 190 halves, but can't really get through. This chart is maybe not the best to look at right now, but I am honestly just watching the tape. I'm not even looking at the chart because the chart is way too slow. The chart is going to be way too slow. Don't forget the Nvidia. Nvidia 190. So it's like the chart's going to be way too slow here. I want to see the raw data, and the tape is pushing 191s here. Oh boy, can we hit 191s now? Maybe a little bit of a struggle, but nice little push.
Spot gold hitting record highs
on Nvidia. What about spot gold?
Record high today, gold. Okay, so we took some profit. We're in. You're not in. Oh, you are in Nvidia, of course. I was going to say you're not in Tesla. So we're in Tesla right now. It's coming into 465, man. I mean, this is a level that we thought we would look at today, and so it's here. So I'm looking, and we're long. So we're long right now at 466.20s. I'm not going to let this thing break 464, and when it does, I'm out. I was hoping that it would hold the 200 period moving average. We already took it out $1 and then $1.50 on our first trade. We are now averaged back into this. Remember, we had 467s. We got out of about half of it there and then held it back in. So now we have to wait. We are now long on Tesla. I like the stock, but we got to see if it breaks lower, we're out, right? I mean, fine. Deliveries happened. If the market likes it, I'm here for it. Okay, but you know what, Obi? Okay. Now I got to get some out because now we're starting to rip higher right now. Now we're starting to rip higher. Money.
Let's go.
I don't want to celebrate. All right, here it is. 469. It's now $3 in the money, Obi.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thanks, man. But I appreciate your trade too, man. Nvidia long at 190. Yeah. There goes Tesla right there. And not only that, Obi, it's the thing is that we're doing it live every day, but we're also doing it an hour in the past. And because we posted up here already what our sticky note would be, this is yesterday's. Here's today's note, and it has Tesla written on here 465 long. So that's the trade that we have. And it's just like, you got to try to stick with it. I don't know how far this is going to be going up right now, but I'm taking another piece out as we take that $2, and now we just wait to see. We filled that sort of a gap that we had off the release. Now let's see if we can actually get back into that 475 area. I think I'm just going to hold Tesla right now and then just to see where it goes. So I do have another offer at 470, and then we'll see about a little higher than that. Hopefully we can get there. It's too bad we didn't get more at 465.
Yeah, so yeah, pulling back in through that 190. So holding as of right now, still above VWAP, but yeah, didn't really follow through into that 191 that well. So I did add a little bit there, but nothing too significant that would kind of mess it up for me. But as long as we hold above some of this pre-market structure and we hold above VWAP and we hold, and the market tailwind kind of starts catching up, you can see the NASDAQ and the ES. I guess the NASDAQ is selling off a little bit more aggressively. Yeah. ES is catching a little bit of a bid here. So yeah, where will the NASDAQ stop? I have no idea, but this Nvidia long is not going to be pretty if the NASDAQ is going to continue to flush the way it is as of right now. So yeah, maybe a little bit of a profit taking, maybe some selling coming in off of the open. I'm willing to give this a couple shots here. Tesla is still kind of holding that 464, 466, 465 area-ish as of right now, but that's what we were looking for. We were looking for it to hold this in some sort of effective way, and unless and until it can show us that, I'm not really necessarily going to get involved. Firmy, oh boy, that's a little paradoxical coming to the downside. I was looking for a potential continuation, but we're holding pretty well here as of right now. Oh boy, 190 halves rebid. That rebid was aggressive. We're coming into the first 5-minute candle close. On Tesla with on the market, but on Nvidia, and the rebid through that 190 half was pretty aggressive. That's what I want to see. Let's see if the NASDAQ can start to catch a little bit of a bid as well. Don't forget, economic numbers, what are those? The government is shut down right now, Sean.
They are?
I think so. That's what I heard.
Okay, yeah, me too. I heard that too. All right, so right now we're in a little bit of trouble here. Tesla has broken lower. We did get out and then it held, so I'm going to test it again back inside a little bit there. There goes AMD. This could be a problem as well if the market doesn't smarten up right now. And you had a great trade there with Nvidia, but it looks like AMD does break that 170 area, but now is fading off of that exact level. So not a great start there for AMD. I mean, it was a great start, but to buy that bottom might have been a little bit better. Okay, we just got stopped out of Tesla again there at the day's low, so maybe it doesn't have the juice today. Let's stay away from it until it can prove itself, and then maybe retake that 466. Look, we tried to get that going. We did have a nice winner on there. We talked about that, and then we wind up putting an L on that board. So there we go, man. I mean, we could talk about our winners, but we have to make sure we talk about our losers. So right there, we will flush ourselves down the toilet as we tried Tesla and not working out too much at all right there. All right, but here's the trade though. Let's see if we can get this going. You know, you make one trade, doesn't work out. You try to go for the other one. You just got to play that. Is that Adair that I'm hearing coughing now? Okay, good. I'm trying to make sure that there's not too much sickness around here right now. Neil and Obi. But no, we're just joking around. Hopefully everybody can get healthy here ASAP. But there it goes. So you're still in Nvidia. I'm in AMD. There's many more stocks ripping up. I mean, we have LAC today, Lithium America. That's a stock that was moving around. Nice move from 670 up to 710 right now as that's going through. Robinhood. I mean, the whole market's coming back. Right, so we got to watch out for this Robinhood right now. We had mentioned that I didn't like that. Wow, I said, what about that 143 fade? Okay, that happened right away off the open. Now $4 to the downside, looking to break right now 140 and change. But it's AMD, man, that's giving us some problems here. As that's pulled right back in. Not sure what your Nvidia is doing, but AMD right now is not the trade that we'd hoped for. It's the NASDAQ that's really pulling this whole market down. Tesla also fading out pretty good.
Yeah, very likely to stop me out here as this aggressive pullback, pulling back through 190s. Yeah, the market's coming in pretty aggressively. So maybe we can look for a potential bid in and around that 25,000 mark. Maybe that's what I'm looking at. Whole number. We just cracked through that 25,100 just now on the Nasdaq. You can see that uptrend during the pre-market session has broken pretty distinctly, and we're getting that bit of a follow through as of right now. So wipe back down on Nvidia, and yeah, pretty much. I'm sure if anybody was risking opening range lows, you're probably getting stopped out in and around here. But yeah, absolutely crazy action here. Let's see what else is happening here. Okay, so Dell didn't really get anywhere. I actually had DXYZ, Destiny Tech. I don't know if you guys remember that one on watch today with a little bit of a strength coming in yesterday and a gap up in this pre-market.
Wow, AMD.
Oh boy, Nike's going. Nike's just doing it to the upside right now, Sean. That was the trade we were looking for yesterday, but it's definitely on a bit of a run today, distinctly different from the rest of the market here as of right now. Wow, 189s. I'm glad I got out on the 75 crack on Nvidia. Yeah, failed breakout, but again, if you were looking for $1, it gave you the dollar. I was obviously not looking for just $1 on something like an Nvidia all-time high breakout, but that's fine.
Right.
I'm willing to lose a little bit on that multiple times, unless and until the bid kind of catches on, if it does. So there's that bid coming in pretty aggressively once again on Nvidia. I'm willing to give this. I want to see it hold sustainably over 190. That's what I'm looking for.
All right, I'm trying to do something similar here. I'm going to give, so I was looking, Tesla, nice little battle back, first of all, right there. Maybe we had found a bottom in and around 462, okay? It's funny because yesterday we had the NASDAQ short rate off the open, and today just wasn't feeling it, and we've gone 0 for 2 now catching the longs. So, yeah, like this is what it looks like, you know, we celebrate when we win and we talk like this when we lose. I mean, I can't be happy going with these longs here today. They have not worked out at all. But now I'm just going to wait to see this 167. I thought this AMD had a bigger move in it today, man. I mean, you're still up 2%. Obviously, it's coming down. The NASDAQ is about to turn, I feel like it's about to turn red. I don't know. I did write down TQQs down here at 105. That may come into play here. I wasn't actually even thinking that it was going to come in. These are some levels that we had held yesterday, break above there. So yeah, that's going to have to hold. But it's actually sad because normally I am in with you on these Nvidia plays, and today for some reason
it just wasn't there.
Yeah, we got, no, it's not that. I think it was okay. It's just I got blindsided and went over to AMD. So we talk about having catalysts and whatnot, but it looks like right now AMD is breaking and getting lower. So I got to very carefully get out of this one, man. If this breaks 167, then I don't think there's much to this trade anymore. And then we just wait for this gap fill back into like 164, 165. So yeah, like little sick with it right now is AMD. So we just got to wait to see where it goes. Right now we're out at 50 cents, but we've already taken the dollar hit the wrong way. So there it goes, man. This is why I say, like, you know, you got to celebrate your wins. They don't come every single day, although this is a little bit more dramatic today. I feel like this pull down is for real.
I mean, it seems like wow, 189's flat. Wow, we broke that consolidation low, teleported straight to the whole dollar on 189s. This market is tanking. You can see that a little bit of a push all the way back down. Let's see if we can get to 25,000 flat on the Nasdaq. That's coming in real hot. Yeah, so some strong selling coming in off of Nvidia all-time high push. I like that. What percent was the gap up? I got to measure that. I got to make sure that wasn't within range, I guess. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's questionable. But yeah, okay, so maybe the short was a little bit of a better idea on a failure to follow through than 190 for now, but it seems like we are continuing to sell off 188.80. So where is the next trade? That's what I'm looking at right here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, Fermi's still selling off. Wow, that's a nice sell off on there on that one. Nvidia, I'm looking for the long, man. You know I love reversions. I'm waiting for those buyers to start to step in, but there is no sign of buyers right now. The tape is literally blood red every 2 seconds. So unless and until I see anything that is distinctly different with some market tailwind turn, I'm not really looking for anything just yet. Wow, Amazon, look at that overextension. Oh boy. Tesla.
What price we got on Amazon?
219.
Okay,
so 219's on Amazon. Nothing crazy. I like the way it's holding up bigger picture, even though we're selling off as a whole. We're still kind of consolidating. This is a January month open. January month open is triple twos. So 220 222 is January month open on Amazon. If you want to see some interesting price action, look at Amazon and how it's been treating that 222 over the past few weeks. And people really like opening prices and closing prices, right? So the opening candle of the year is 222. So our opening price of the year is 222, and it's been an interesting interaction in and around there. What do we got going on the leaderboard?
The market's going to break.
Oh, boy.
The market's still going to break lower here.
We're getting into
okay, so far, this is what everyone's voting for. All you got to do, Tesla's now negative, by the way, down to 456 right there. Oh, boy, man, that would have been a short for sure. All you got to do is go in here and just like what Josh just did there, push in dollar sign, because it's 943 right now. The market is cracked. Tesla's down to 455. So Rigetti, Eli Lilly.
Whoa. You see that? Teleport on ES. ES just dropped down like 20, 30 points.
Okay, so that's not
in
good.
one single.
All right, so we'll get over this. But BBAI up, Baba's up. Wow, Baba's up 4%. Webull's up right now. Nebius is up. Coinbase up 4%, of course, on strength in Bitcoin. So maybe that's where we should be looking, Obi. Nvidia, IVDA, APLD, and then BMNR, of course, the Tom Lee Ethereum play. So Treasury. So we'll keep this going. There it is, man. We have to hit another fail for us because there goes AMD. Just broke 166.50. So we throw our hands up and say we got to wait now to see what's going on, because there goes AMD right there breaking back down in. The only thing now, I did not see that elevation there or lack thereof on the NASDAQ or on the ES, but I was waiting for NASDAQ to get a little bit lower here on the TQQs. So if that can come in, then I think we'll try to buy a little bit of them right here. But yeah, that nice downside push in this market. It looks like it still wants to continue. Where will Tesla stop? Tesla has the big ugly candles in it right now. Wow. Right back in for TSLA. Can we find a bid somewhere? That's the next question. 452 area of concern. This little area could hold if it blasts back up 458, but that needs to get going. Right now, Tesla 455, and everything looks like it's going lower again. We're out of our AMD. That continues lower. The short was what the play was. Robinhood, there are still some strong stocks, right?
Yeah, look at Coinbase.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Bitcoin's almost at 120.
Yeah. You think, well, with the market selling off as aggressively as it is,
I still want to get long.
I'm looking for places that are baiting, and yeah, crypto seems like it might be the spot here. But honestly, I'm looking for a potential reversion here on either Nvidia or Tesla. We are a little aggressively overextended, in my opinion. But again, I could be very, very much wrong, and this could not be the current bottom as of right now. But we're catching a little bit of a curl here on Tesla, maybe a little bit more aggressively than Nvidia, but there it is, the fresh 15-minute candle, the second 15-minute candle of the day. Oh boy, it's only been 15 minutes. It seems like forever. I know, right? With this kind of tape here. I'm like, oh my God, we've been selling forever. We've only been selling for 15 minutes, guys. We've just only printed the first 15-minute range on the day across the board, and yeah, it's a little bit of a sell, but let's see what we do with this range as of right now. The Nasdaq trying to catch a little bit of a bid, but so close to that 25,000 whole kind of a mark. I don't know if we're going to revert all the way back down to there, but this is well within that area. So I'm watching the tape here now, kind of looking for that confluence. Does Nvidia show me buyers that are distinctly different than any of the wiping buyers that were in and got crushed on the way down? So that's the question I'm asking right now. I might dabble a little bit there, but want to keep it light unless and until we get that confirmation of a bit of a bid here. Don't forget, we just found a little bit of a bid just now. So, okay, maybe coming in right now. So,
talk about there's money on the sidelines, right?
Try.
So,
yeah,
like you and I were talking about, like when and how far down do these markets have to go before eventually someone's all over these things? All right, we're going to try it one more time here. Stupid me, right? Stupid is as stupid does, but we're going to try AMD again. So we're in it back to the upside here as it breaks through 167. We will take a few shares here and see if it wants to work itself out. We do have the TQQ's position as well. That's starting to go up. So let's just take a little bit of profit here, as we've done good to find some bottoms, but we haven't done good today, man. I mean, the two big positions that I had earlier on were Tesla bad and this AMD trade bad. But AMD, I think, can still go, man. I mean, it's trying again here. So let's just give it a couple seconds to see if it wants to break a little bit higher. We'll wait here at the 30s and to see if we can get some out. So here we go. Let's go AMD. I'm actually at 27s. It just bounced off of me. There's 25s. Go higher. Go higher. There it is. Nice move. Into 30. Okay, we got 40s as well. So now we're starting to get upside a little bit, making a little bit of money back here, Obi, as the market's trying to fly through. still pretty red on the day, but let's see if this market can get going back there to the upside. Yeah, IBIT go boom, BTBT people talking about as well. Look at IBIT right now, up another 2%. Congratulations anybody that was buying some of those dips. I know some people around here were, so congratulations to that as that continues to go. But yeah, IBIT recovering nicely. AMD, come on AMD. Let's see if we can get at least back to VWAP, which would be that 168 area. That would be my next level of concern. So let's put an offer now at 167.80, see if we can get that, and hopefully we can get some levitations back there to the upside.
Yes, sir. So guys, exciting news for Canadian sophisticated traders. Beta Pro by Global X Canada has just launched 6 new triple leverage ETFs, offering 3 times bull and 3 times bear exposure to the S&P, TSX 60, semiconductors, and U.S. Treasuries. Even better, they're offering a special fee rebate, dropping management fees to just 65 basis points until December 31st of 2025. These ETFs also employ currency hedging to seek to neutralize U.S. dollar exposure, providing performance that may more accurately reflect the underlying U.S. equity indices. If you are a tactical, sophisticated trader looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca/3x daily to learn more. Oh boy, so yeah, a little bit of a bid, but not really. Maybe I want to see a little bit of a consolidation here because the market's still kind of a little muted on the bid side. We caught a bid coming into the open of that first 15-minute candle. It's only been about 4 minutes. If that selling catches back on, like it is right now, back through the open, that candle, that 15-minute candle, just went green to red. So I was watching. I was like, oh wait, I don't know, maybe. No, they're still weak. Sellers are still slamming into them. It's holding, but it's stalling, 89 halves. So I don't want to be a part of it just yet. I like the reversions, but I do have stats on when I like reversions a little bit better, after what kind of price action I like reversions a little bit better, after what kind of market confluence I like reversions a little bit better. So as of right now, nothing too crazy. The only thing that maybe showed a bid was Nvidia. That was somewhat convincing, but I looked at the market and I'm like, this can easily kind of go green to red, and that is kind of what happened. So we didn't get continuation just yet, but I'm watching. The day low right now is 188.57. We're trading at 188.90. So a little bit of turbulence expected on today's flight for sure. But it seems like this market is. I mean, we thought it was going to be flying, but crypto is the place to be for that.
Crypto is flying. Well. Yeah, I mean,
relatively speaking.
No, it is. I mean, it's up to 119.5 right now and continues to go higher. So, I mean, a couple good outs for us. We didn't quite get to 168 right now. We're not going to really reload this until it gets a lot lower into the 166. Well, not a lot lower, but a couple pennies lower than where we are right now on this kind of a play. Let's just check in again on what people are talking about one more time here. So make sure you do get into here and get into this leaderboard right now. It looks like it's all about Tesla. So let's just go over there. 455 might have been that bottom for Tesla. I'm really impressed with Alibaba's 191 look, so that's definitely something to look at here today as well. But let's just go over to the big dog today, and it's going to be Tesla, man. That bark was serious when those deliveries were released, and then I guess it's just like I said, anticipate the story. That this big candle, I got to get rid of that, obviously. Anticipate the story, came out better than expected, and then we sell the news, right? So buy the rumor, sell the news right there off open. So I just think a lot of traders there, not necessarily expecting better deliveries. They were, and I think that's what ran it up, Obi. But for right now, Tesla in a downtrend. So we just picked up some of 105. We did mark down 105 that we liked this area here for the TQs, but it just bumped up and we didn't get anything out. That was a mistake. Should have looked there instead of that Tesla right there. So we do have now an offer up to the upside because that was a big rejection right there in the NASDAQ, by the way. Like it just tried to break through that 25,000. We'll see if it's going to hold it, but it tried to get back up through 25,050. It did not. That's a big red candle. Like I was on there watching it. I was like, I'm going to get this. And then it just went whoosh all the way down. So I actually even offered 36s there and did not get any. So this is a problem right now. AMD trying to go, but that's 167. Hopefully this one can go, Obi. And I don't really want to scalp it out, but I feel like if you're long right now, the scalps might be the key.
Yeah, I think so.
And hold the shorts.
I think if you're short, you're holding. If you're trying to get long, yeah, you know that you're counter trending the market. So I think they're definitely going to be much more shorter time frame.
Yeah,
for sure. So yeah, good point there, Sean. I like that. I'm honestly looking for I'll be, again, the long, but we haven't got to 25,000 just yet. We're kind of trying to knock on the door there. We hit 88 halves on Nvidia, just chopping and churning as of right now. Maybe the bid starts coming in going into the second 15-minute candle, right? So let's see. We've got some selling coming in here pretty much across the board. So AMD also kind of sold off, but the reversion on AMD is working out a little bit better here, Sean. So I think the bid has caught on much better on AMD than it has on Nvidia. Maybe it makes sense because AMD is more within its range, kind of breaking out of a daily, weekly structure, whereas Nvidia is breaking out of an all-time high structure. So it's just like, all right, what's more likely to have profit takers? What's more likely to have selling if they do come in? I would say the one at all-time highs a little bit more maybe than the one that's breaking out and kind of consolidating on a daily, weekly level. So that's kind of the look I have here as of right now. Oh boy, a little bit of a bid back up coming into the close or the last 5-10 minutes of this candle here. So I'm looking for more confluence. I think so. We did break down that low. We bid back above it about 20 pennies, but even that is getting knocked down with heavy selling. You can see here on the bottom left side of my screen, there's a lot of dark red. I know sometimes I can't even read it, but all I need to see, it's sometimes you just got to be like Skittles and read the rainbow, right? So it's just like, okay, the colors, dark red, they're hitting the bids, they're hitting past the bids. Bright greens, they're hitting the asks, and they're slapping it way past it. So, you know, that's something I want to keep in mind, and it helps with reading the flow sometimes in specific areas, right? Confluence that with a key area, then you have maybe a little bit more information here as of right now. So the market is trying to do a little bit of a bounce here. Nvidia, are you there yet? That's what I'm asking. Is it time for a reversion? Maybe. Do I want to dabble here? Maybe. I don't know. I got to look at some more tape.
All right. Yeah, we are doing okay here on the rebound. Like we finally, it's a broken record, but I get it. But like the 105, I was like, that may not come in today. And that's exactly where the TQs went to. So we were able to buy some. It did get lower. It got into the 90s, but let's just wait to see. Hopefully this can blast higher. We've almost made back half of our day here just by trying, or not just by trying. We are holding this. Let's just see if it gets. I'm going to get another piece out here at 40s. I was waiting at 50 and we missed it. I have too many shares, honestly, to worry about 10 pennies. So like if we can get a little bit out right there, we'll do that. Not really revenge trading, but sort of. Like I thought this market was a little oversold. Doesn't mean that it's going to continue to rip higher, which is why I'm just feeding these out right now. Like I'm just like getting these out as the market starts to rip back up here. We said that we would try to scalp out any longs. So right now we did get stopped out there at 166.40. We did buy this back decent amount, and we just got up almost into VWAP. I was waiting at 168 right there on AMD. But there it is. Okay, good. So there we go. We got some out there at 167.75. Now we can see if it wants to continue higher. But look at the NASDAQ. It strong push. Good thing we took that 40 out right there, because here comes the fade again on the NASDAQ. So sure, we'll make back some, but it looks like right now the market is fading one more time back in, Obi. So you've got Nvidia, I've got AMD. BTTC is another name that I hear some people talking about. That is now halted. So attention to Adara, BTCC. Right now a halted name, BTTC. So we can have a quick little look on this one. Just look at the screen, Adara. It's live on right now. BTTC halted at 9:51. It looks like it's more than a 5-minute halt, but it should open up, I guess, in 5 more minutes right now.
No news at all. Just that it's halted. That's all I see.
Okay, so probably a crypto play there. BTTC. So no news from Adara on that one. Black Titan Corporation right now, moving around. So that's something else that's going over on that one. All right, that's about it for now. Oh, Oxy does have the buy from what the? Okay, Obi.
Yes, sir.
Look at this.
What's up?
Where'd that go? Some size there on Occidental. Let's keep an eye on that. They did get that Warren Buffett bid. They bought OxyChem from them, $9.7 billion. There was just a big buyer there on Occidental. We'll see if they show back up again. Market trying to come back in. I'm just going to get some more out right now of AMD. And here come the futures, man. My stop on this is a break of 104.8. So it looks like it's coming back in again here on the futures. I'll buy a little bit more down here. Should have been on there and bought that 105 dip. Maybe it'll come back in and give us an opportunity to do exactly that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I saw the bid kind of, or the selling kind of slow down, but it came right back in. So I'm kind of, just being as nimble as possible here, giving it a little bit wider than I want to, and sizing down a little bit as well. Because again, we're coming down into that 25,000 level. Nvidia's in and around it's a low day there. But if we're going to crack even lower down into 188s, then I'm probably going to be done with this one here and try again a little bit later. So where is the next trade? That's what I'm watching. That's what I'm looking for here. And yeah, throw it up in the chat. What are you guys looking at as well? Eric S. in the chat with the super chat. Thank you very much. Obi and or Sean, can you talk more through the details, specifics that you are looking at when reading the tape on a given trade that you are looking to take right now? Okay, cool. You wanna?
No, I mean, you were just talking about reading tape.
Okay,
I think you're
sure. Yeah. Okay. So so the way I have my tape set up is I have multiple different tapes. I have more tapes on my desk in the back office than I do here. I have like maybe 6 different kind of tapes. Some are filtered for gates, because we know that a lot of prints happen on dark pools. So sometimes I have a filter that has all lit liquidity. So it's like someone who is actually hitting the live book right now, and it's lit. That's we call it. It's actually lit. It's not dark liquidity. So I want to see that. So I have one for that. So that gives me some confluence, being like, all right, are participants just is this price action just a lot of deep prints, or are participants actually hitting the lit market? That's what I want to see as well. I have size filters here as well. So for example, I have a size filter here on Nvidia. This is a tape that I have on the side here. So size filters right here. You can see on these gates, 5,000 shares, 10,000 shares, 15,000 shares, 7,000 shares. So when you're looking at this tape here, the rainbow is really hard to read. I'm not going to be able to decipher. I can't read these numbers here. I'm like, oh, I don't know how big some of that size on that wipe down was. I don't know. So I have this tape that moves much more slower because it has a filter for 5,000 shares and above. So I'm like, all right, I want to see when someone big is potentially pushing in, especially on a lit gate, into the book, and that's a size filter. So that helps with partially reading the tape. And another big part is reading the tape can just be a lot of noise. But the more you watch it, the more you kind of get comfortable with it, you start to notice patterns. For example, if tape starts to ramp up in an area that you think is key, say that we're consolidating near day high, and that's a breakout level as well, and it starts to ramp up. Sellers try to push into the bid, you see dark reds, but the price holds, then maybe that's looking like absorption. Maybe you see bids start to step up. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. That's one example. There's so many different examples. There's so many different nuances as well. I am no expert. I am not even close to where I want to be, but tape reading does help me a lot with the confluence that I'm looking for the trades that I'm taking. So I see the chart pattern. It has to confluence with the tape. The tape is, I guess, my number one thing. Like, that's how I read flow. So I think that's one of my, I guess, more significant ways to tackle the market. That's what I have to say. So yeah, we saw the bid kind of start to step up a little bit. I got a little bit more on top of the 188.5. We're reverting back up to VWAP as of right now. So let's see if we can continue to hold. Let's see if we can get push up to 190.
I was hitting the awesome for you. I mean, that's exactly. I mean, guys, like, join us. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe. Great talk there, Obi. We're now $2 in the money on AMD as that's battled back, but we do have a Dara over at the desk. What's up, Randy? I just got one.
What's up is not the market. We did have a drop off right off the open here for the NASDAQ, though, as you guys can see in this most recent 15-minute candle that we just closed, trying to battle back a little bit and form a base. Now, one of the biggest movers on watch this morning was TSLA, of course. Tesla with their Q3 2025 delivery numbers, producing 447,000 vehicles, but delivering an eye-watering 497,000 vehicles. This was really notable. It was even above the most ambitious analyst expectations that I was seeing. Either way, Tesla pops on this number and then gives back pretty much all of that gap up. Then we have RIVN on watch. This is another delivery-related play. Q3 delivery and production numbers coming up, but they narrowed their delivery guidance for 2025. RIVN unlike Tesla, actually gapping down in the number. Apple on watch, AAPL, reportedly working on, instead of their Vision Pro, the large headset, they're working on glasses that are going to maybe rival Meta's. Let's see what they do. Analysts seem to have positive things to say about AAPL for what it is worth. And before we send you back to Sean and Obi for some more action-packed trading, we'll take a moment to thank our friends at Origenics, OGEN, because each year, 3.8 million concussions are reported in the U.S., but there's still no FDA-approved treatment. NYSE-listed Origenics, OGEN, is changing that with its first-in-class intranasal drug designed for rapid brain access. With the concussion treatment market projected to reach $8.9 billion by 2027, Origenics is uniquely positioned to lead the way. Learn more. Schedule a meeting today. Back to you. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Okay, thanks, Adara, for all of that. I was just telling Obi, like, man, we took a bath on this AMD, man. That was not a good trade early. Thankfully, it's happened late for us. But again, like, you know, when we're losing here, this is why it's again, you know, we like to talk about the winning trades. There's Randy. So Randy's like, he needs a coffee. I go and get the guy a coffee, and then he only comes back over here right now. But hey, Randy, Tesla is getting pumped now to the downside. No, it was. It did. It made basically all-time highs again up to 480, and then it faded out all day here. So it's trying to find its base right now. But you want the Blue Jays or the Yankees or the Red Sox?
I want the Red Sox.
Okay, yeah. So you may get that wish tonight, I guess.
They have
right?
too much firepower for us.
Yeah. I'm a little bit worried about Crochet and some of those pitchers, but they also have Fried in New York, right?
Fried
So there's some big problems, and then they've got the closers. Both teams have amazing closers.
No, we don't.
And if it ever comes into the 7th, 8th, 9th innings, we may be in trouble.
I like Hoffman, but
I don't mind it, but he was never a closer before.
No, so we're kind
So
of
over his skis, I think.
kind of in a bit of a bind here, no matter who we get. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Oh, whatever.
The
That's
mic's
what the playoffs
off, I
are.
think.
that's what players are all about.
The mic's off. The
mic was off.
Gotta turn it on.
That's okay.
Is it? Yeah, there you go. Up. Yeah, there you go.
Hello.
There you go.
There we go. You're
Yeah, it's going to be an
live.
interesting series no matter what. We got good teams against us no matter what. So
Right. It's the playoffs.
I would prefer the Sox though.
Playoffs? All right, thanks. Yeah, I don't think anybody's, I don't know, did the Dodgers win last night? I actually went to bed. I think the Dodgers are going to be, can you believe it? I actually went to bed. The Dodgers are going to be the team, I feel like. That's Shohei Ohtani, dude.
Yeah, I know about that guy.
You do?
See, that's one guy that I do know.
Right.
When you were asking me, do you know a Blue Jays player? I'm just like, he's not on the Blue Jays, right? Is he?
Correct.
I don't think so. So that's why I was like, wait, I know that guy because he was in the
Vladimir
news.
Guerrero Jr., that's a Blue Jay.
Guerrero.
You don't even know that.
Vladimir
Neil
Guerrero.
said yesterday that if I said to you Vladimir Guerrero, you would for sure know it. And I was like,
No, dude. Dude, I don't necessarily watch.
no, it's okay. You don't have
If
to.
someone's in the news, someone's
You
really
really don't
famous,
have
yes.
to.
Like, for example.
Study the charts, don't study the baseball.
Exactly. You know, like,
you
study
gotta-
the stuff that.
bread,
exactly.
butter, bread, where it's at. What's that?
I don't know.
Saying? Anyways, right now.
Do what you love. How about
do what
you love.
That's where family, sports, trading,
Yes.
this show. I mean, honestly, the passion that I and I hope you guys see this every day.
Trading,
The passion
market,
that I
price
have
action.
for trading and my family and this show.
Yes.
I just hope it comes through, and that's all that I
For sure.
that I want to show. But anyways, all right, Obi.
Yes, sir. So looking for a futures trading platform that actually delivers without hidden costs? With plus 500 futures, you get free live charts, transparent fees, low margins, and an unlimited demo so you can practice until you're ready to trade live. Open an account and start trading with as little as $100 with plus 500's powerful platform. You can access a wide range of futures markets, S&P 500, NASDAQ, Bitcoin, gas, Forex, metals, crypto, and more all in one place. Plus, enjoy a welcome bonus of up to $200 in commission-free trading. Just scan the QR code on screen to apply for your account today and join over 30 million users worldwide who have already chosen plus 500. Oh boy, I wish Nvidia can get to plus 500 soon enough. I'm still waiting for that, but we got to get through 200 first. But we're coming back into that 190 right now. So let's see how well we can hold up into this 190. 190 was a bit of a chop in the morning as well. And we've kind of, the reversion happened, and then we got the reversion of the reversion as of right now. Caught a piece of that. Let's see if we get any significant continuation off of that as well. We get some selling coming in as well. We're how much longer till this 15-minute candle? Okay, so it's 7 right now. So about roughly about half the candle time is still left for the 15-minute candle. So we reclaimed VWAP. I like that. Let's see if we can consolidate meaningfully on top of VWAP. Do we see some absorption? Do we see some accumulation? I don't know. I'm looking for something that's going to signify some sort of buying and continuation into and through that 190. Are we going to get through 191? I don't know, Sean. That aggressive flush was pretty wild. I think in my head the probabilities are pretty low, but guess what? If we can get through that 191, oh boy, the kind of squeeze action we may potentially get could be absolutely crazy. Plus, with the market bouncing as of right now off of that 25,000 area, I think that increases that gives us a little bit of confidence. Let's see how well we push through that 190. Can we actually hold 190 sufficiently and push a little bit higher? That's the question I'm asking. Again, there was a lot of volume traded here. This was pretty much the pre-market consolidation range. 189 halves to 190. Boom, 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 boom. All the way from, where's the first candle here? 6 a.m. So yeah, I'm sure there was more consolidation before that. I have 4 a.m. candles starting off down at 187s, but you can see most of the sideways consolidation happened for over 3 hours in the pre-market session from 6 a.m. to about 9 a.m. and then we get that nice little craziness. So yeah, let's see if we can get past this 190. If we can get past these levels, I think we can maybe start thinking about that 191. But maybe this is all Nvidia gives us today. I have no idea. I don't know what it's going to do. I'm just along for the ride. Like I said before, I'm just trying to go with the flow, literally.
I like that. I just want to make sure that the voting is on point here. We have 3,300 votes. So I just want to show you guys one thing here that, you know, we talk about this all the time. We got to get our likes going just a little bit. If you are watching the show, please come over here. Look at these, man. Thanks, Brendan, for the great covers that we've had recently, right? I mean, it's pretty hilarious. Government shutdown day 2. Absolutely great. Thanks, Brendo, for doing that. Over 1,000 right now on the likes. But guys, come on, man. 538,000 subscribers. Hit the like button. We're putting up some trades today for you. We're answering the questions. Obi's here. Hit the like button, man. Over 3,500 of you, 3,300, sorry, voted right now. And look at this, man. Is this about as close as you can get? 5644, more or less than 10 days. So we're in day 2 now of the government shutdown. The market seems to be fine with it. Are you guys fine with it? Like, I don't know exactly. Maybe you guys in the chat can let us know, like, you know, where some of the struggles have been, either in your family or what you're worried about there over there in the United States. We just hear all the rumblings that are happening, obviously, in as we talk about the media and stuff like that. Like, is it really, I mean, I feel like it's a big deal, you know, shutting down, people being furloughed. Has that happened yet? But I don't know, man. We'll just wait to see if this gets settled down. I mean, I don't know. They need to now get what? They needed 8 Democrats. I think now they're saying that they need 4 left or something like that. But anyways, at the end of the day, just hoping that everybody's okay and that there's a stat out there, Obi, that there's a certain amount of Americans and Canadians, I mean, across the world that are living like basically paycheck to paycheck, right? And I mean, that's going to be something that continues to be an issue here for many families. So I just hope that everybody's okay in that and really do hope for a quick settlement here so the government can start printing more cash and paying everybody what they're owed. So good luck with everything there, and I really do hope it gets better. My ears, did your ears pop?
No.
Okay.
No. Everything okay?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I think I was having a conversation with a friend just a couple of days ago, and he was like, oh, you know, like people talk about inflation, but it hasn't really kind of really hit or really settled in. I'm like, bro, it costs more dollars to buy the same stocks that I like. Inflation is very much here for me. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't really care about the eggs, the gas, or whatever. It's costing me more dollars to buy the same stocks that I liked a year ago. That is inflation for me. So you know what?
But remember,
it's very much here, I think, and it's a good. You know,
it's here. But I mean, the stock market is. There's a way to battle inflation, and you got to have money.
You make more money.
It's like, right. I mean, the stock market, the Nasdaq's up like 35% this year. You know, so instead of putting your cash, you could put your cash into high yielding savings accounts and stuff like that. Did your ears pop, Joe, or anything like that?
No, nothing. I think it might be the AirPods or.
No, I've had these AirPods in for. I only have one AirPod in. All of a sudden, I just like.
Oh, both ears are popping.
Both? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but I'll put this back in and figure this out. I don't know. Sometimes maybe the closing and shutting. There's so many. They open that door up behind us now, so
we could have some funky pressure.
And then plus maybe maybe not feeling that well, but I feel fine. Right now, BTTC right now, BTTC opened back up and closed again. Closed. It's like this is my first day on the job. Halted right there. So open and close right there. So this is now $9. We're tapping $10 right now on BTTC. So yeah, it's still going up to the upside again. So wow, up 101% right now. Goes BT. What am I doing? Goes BTTC. We can check out on Open Door. I mean, that's going to be a name that's running around as well. Up to $8 again. That looks like a good little bounce off 7. We'll see if that can hold down here today. Open Door, but still going. We did talk about GameStop. There's been some love for GameStop, obviously, around these joints recently. Up to $28. Nice name there. 27 looks like the bid there for GameStop breaking out. Now, I think GameStop already broke out from right here, but that was on earnings, and then now it's just upside. I think there's an upside lottery ticket with GameStop, right? So let's see if that can keep on going again, upside there. I think they're getting into the card grading business. I actually like that. My son, we had to send that Roblox card, Pokemon card.
Oh, nice. What Pokemon cards?
Let me see if I can find the picture.
Got some shiny Charizards?
I don't know, man.
I remember there was these family friends when I was a kid. These guys totally scammed me out of. What is it? It was a holographic Ninetales, and then a holographic Hitmonlee. For those Pokemon fans out there.
Yep.
And then I've always told this story. So one of my best friends right now. So
I don't have any.
I go. We were just kids, and they were playing with my Pokemon cards. So I had left with my dad to go do some errands or whatever, and we were over at my friend's house, and then my sister was there as well. We're all young. We're playing like Pokemon cards or whatever. I'm like, I'll be right back, and they're playing with the Pokemon cards. I get back. They have my first edition Team Rocket Zapdos glued to a piece of cardboard. I am distraught. To this day, I'm like, dude, you owe me a first edition Team Rocket Zapdos. He says he'll give it to me on my wedding day. I don't know if when that's gonna happen, but you know.
Nice wedding gift. It sounds. like.
Yeah. I'm like, I told him, I was like, that thing is increasing in price. You better hold on to it. You better buy it soon and hold on to it. But he'll be fine. He's he's doing more than well. So he can definitely afford a few Zapdoses. But that was a funny story of mine. I wish I could get some of those PSA'd. But I think it was. A few months before coming to the floor, actually, I did a whole inventory on my full binder. Like, I still have my full binder with the sleeves and everything. And I was like, okay, none of these are PSA'd, but if I were to just sell them raw on eBay as like whatever quality, like fair quality, I think the whole Pokemon portfolio at that time was worth about like $2,000, I think. Ooh. But now I haven't checked in a few years.
It's probably worth a.
Yeah. I got a few nice cards.
You should check immediately, by the way.
I have a lot of the base set cards. So.
Okay, this is the card. It's hard to see it. I don't know if you can.
Okay, nice. So this is from the newer generations. Yes. Yeah, nice.
Anyways.
Reshiram. From EX, nice.
Anyways,
cool.
We'll see what it is. And I took a picture of it. This is the guy. When we got it graded, I took a picture of the guy actually
grading it.
Well, no, just marking because you have to ship it out.
Okay, right.
So I was I'm making sure that I got a picture that this guy actually. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because next thing you know, we didn't ship out any cards, but
if you bought Charizards, you outperformed the S&P by ridiculous percentages. I think it's hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
Something crazy like that. I don't remember correctly, but
I believe you.
Yeah. Because you got to remember, there was a time where that dude bought the Charizard and the price rocketed. What's that guy's name again? Maybe he did.
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Yeah. So
or Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. Yeah. One of those internet people. They were like, oh yeah, buying, and he hung it on a chain. I think Post Malone bought it from him. I think.
Let's do it live.
Yeah.
Okay. So here it is. I got to put in my submission number.
Ooh, check status.
To see here. Check status. And in grading process.
Ooh, okay.
Right now, September the 29th. So, yeah, they're still grading it over there at PSA.
They're in Cali, you said?
They're in California, yeah. So the thing is, with right now we have Canada Post shutdowns here.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of a government shutdown, a little bit with our postal service being down right now. But again, you can use FedEx or anything as well. All right, TQ still going up to the upside right now. What else is moving around? We had DraftKings over the last couple of days, Obi, making some big time movement down as the Kalshi market is just absolutely eating these guys lunch apparently. And everybody now going over to Kalshi, making bets on Robinhood, making bets everywhere but DraftKings, I guess, as that's come right back into the downside. I really like this stock. I almost think it's time to buy this. I'll probably pick something up, to be honest with you. If we can get into $33, $32, let's do that. I mean, this move down in the market today did scare me a little bit, knowing that, hey, maybe this shutdown is going to loom on. We do have the bet going on right now on the vote. Right now it's 56-44 that we do get that shutdown more than 10 days. So I think that, you know, generally speaking, when we have 3,500 votes, you guys know what's up and can get that going for us. And it looks like those stats are going to be legit. And then this is what's going on right now in the market. Let's just do a quick little look. Right now, the NASDAQ is up here today. What is the ES before we do this? ES flat, NASDAQ up slightly. So let me just have a quick little look here. The semiconductor index hit a record high. SMH hit a record high. SOXL hit a record high, as Nvidia and AMD, the two trades that we have on right now. Look what's going on right here. This is what's going on in the technology space. AVGO, Broadcom nicely cooking as well. Nvidia nicely. Meta off a down day yesterday. Good for you. Microsoft. Oh, Obi, did you hear about this? Their monthly pass is now $30. From $20 to $30, their Game Pass. I think it's the Xbox Live or something. Game Pass went upside, and they got a hell of a lot of cancellations yesterday. So right now, Microsoft downside apparently on October 1st. When that hit, it pissed a lot of people off. So watch out for Microsoft. Was near a breakout level, maybe no longer. And then here's where the market go red. Morgan down 169, BAC 1.69, Bank of America down 1, right? Visa down 0.75. Visa's an interesting name. Could be a stable coin play there, right? Both on negative and positive. We could talk about those catalysts. JPMorgan down 1%, Goldman, Citigroup down, right? A lot of these names. The name that I like the most in the space right now, Charles Schwab, had a down day yesterday, up today. Coinbase obviously up, IBKR. So some of these like newer, not that Schwab is new or IBKR, but some of these app-based models here still continue to work themselves out. And Schwab and IBKR names that I think have a great opportunity to go. Charles Schwab being a little bit less value price-wise, SCHW. This is a name, Obi, that I want to buy. So I actually, my next purchase, I got to stay, well, by the way, we're now $250 in the money on AMD. So I'm trying not to talk about it. I'm trying to turn the page and just focus more on, you know, the show and less on, you know, these winners. But there goes Charles Schwab. I think this is into a good buy zone. 92, 93 bucks. I'm going to pick up some Schwab. Let me remind myself to do that potentially today. But yeah, here's AMD, man. And it is absolutely schmoking. I don't know what's up with your trade over there, Obi.
I got out.
Oh, you got out of Nvidia? Okay, we can discuss that. Did you get stopped out or it hit a level?
It did something that I did not like.
Okay, so you punched out.
Yeah, I punched out. I was perfect. Like, oh, so, but then after I punched out, it went up another 30 pennies. I was like, no. But then, you know, it is what it is. Doesn't matter. And then I was just like, okay, where's the next trade? Punch out of that one. That's fine. Where's the next trade? Take the continuation. The VWAP hold was nice. Again, I got in a little bit early with much less at that 189, and then added a little bit more. VWAP reclaim, I like that. So through VWAP, I like that. On the pullback and sustaining VWAP, I like that. That's also pre-market and opening range low confluence, I like that. And then a little bit of a push up. But if we're going to chop 190 and the NASDAQ is going to go green to red, so this is what I saw right here. I saw a little bit of a slam. I saw sellers coming in. I'm like, all right, if sellers are going to start to come in on the NASDAQ, we saw what happened when they were coming in off of the open. I don't necessarily want to be involved here. I'll take it off and then I'll maybe re-engage on VWAP if I think this trade is still on, but that's what I liked. I liked the reversion of the reversion, and we have caught the reversion of the reversion. So where is the next trade is the next question. It could still very well be Nvidia. I don't know if it's done. I don't know anything, but I'm just trying to ride whatever the market gives me right here. Tesla, oh boy, that thing is still getting crushed to the downside. So talk about sell the news event. Delivery numbers, pretty decent. Price action, kind of running out of charge. So Coinbase, let's see, that reversion was nice. So good call out on that one there. That was a strong bid that pulled in pretty nicely as of right now. Let's see what else is going on right here. Destiny Tech, I was watching that one. That one's pulling back. Nothing too crazy there. Dell Technologies giving it up as well. So nice fades. A lot of strength that was shown in the pre-market. And guess what? I was sold too, but that's what the market does sometimes. It sells you ideas and you get sold too. So without any further ado, let's go check out what's happening in the small cap world with Adair.
Let's start with this Bokeh Holdings. I know this is one that on our chat screen a lot of people are asking about. I don't have news on it, unfortunately. The last headline I'm seeing on this name that wasn't about it being halted was, I believe, from August 5th, so not any news, but I'll give you some background. It is a roughly $3 million market cap name, so smaller market cap here for BQ is the ticker for that one. There's also IVDA, this one on watch. Interestingly enough, Nvidia Partners actually has a catalyst from yesterday morning, but nice push to the upside here for this one, below its pre-market high. The catalyst, though, is that they're partnering up with Salience, or I guess the company's name is Nvidia. They're partnering up with Salience to launch Salience Mobile Command, powered by Nvidia, with the Texas Police. So interesting governmental catalyst there. Keep an eye on NVTS, Navitas Semiconductors. This might be a ticker you've heard before. It does move semi-frequently. Could not find any news on this one today, but we know there has been strength in the semiconductor space. This one does have a slightly larger market cap, around $1.7 billion. It is in the small cap index, the Russell 2000, and it has a 28% short float. So this could be a bit volatile. Now, before we send you back to Obi and Sean, we're going to take a moment to thank our good friends at Trade the Pool, because the Trade the Pool Beat Ackman live trading contest is here. October 8th to October 10th. Every day, Ackman makes his move, and your mission is to outperform him, beat his return, prove you've got what it takes. And the grand finale is going to happen here on October 13th. Broadcast live right here on Trader TV with the Trade the Pool team. They're going to be live in studio, guys. Over $600,000 in prizes up for grabs. $25,000, $50,000, even $100,000 valuation accounts, plus surprise giveaways during the live show. So don't just watch, compete. Beat Ackman, win big. Scan the QR code, start trading. Back to you.
Yeah, go grab that from Trade the Pool. We're excited to have them in a week's time, basically. Well, I guess it's 10 days. It'll be Monday so not next Monday, the following Monday. You'll see him live in the studio, Trader Mitch coming through.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
So that should be fun. Yeah, he's on our program, obviously, once a week, so we want to thank him for coming through. Then Rigetti just made all-time highs, I think, right? Up 16%, like, what? $35. There goes quantum computing. Like, if you don't understand the space, just stay out of it. Like, this name is just, like, and the reason why I'm saying that is, like, these shorts, like, you would think that it's a short. I would have, right? I mean, these companies still, no PEs, no EPS, nothing like that. Rigetti just still, man, pushing higher there today. And congratulations for everybody in the quantum space, man. That QBTS. Look, we could say like, oh, man, we've made great trades on Palantir or these Nvidias or any of these calls, Tesla, as of late. But QBTS was $1 stock or something just over a year ago. So, this was $5, $6, now to $28. I mean, there it is right here. Back in last year at this time, this name was 70 cents. Obi, $28. 70 cents.
Oh, QUBT.
No, but anything.
That whole
Rigetti,
sector is going crazy.
Rigetti, same way, right?
Yeah,
Rigetti's a NASDAQ name. I don't know why this went to New York there, but Rigetti, same kind of a way. What a move up there. And again, a
why
big
do you still short these names, I think?
That's
right?
why I just said to
I
people,
think?
like, why, if you don't understand the business, I would stay away from it because this is Rigetti as well. That was $1 now to $35. And it's only saying, I think everyone should be invested. What I'm saying when I say kind of stay away is just like the shorts. I know a lot of people that have been getting blown out on that, and they always tell me like, cannot trust because you're playing on valuation. Don't. These names are just, they're the future. There's a lot of people love the play here in quantum space, and congratulations to everybody on that. I mean, Google also a good play for quantum. They're up a little bit today despite what this market's been doing. We didn't even really have too far of a dip down into 244 for them. We do get a super chat. I want to thank Kelvington, thank you so much for this. So you're talking about SoFi. So good note. Thanks for asking. Oh, I'm going to get out some more. The future's just ripped up. We're doing
Rip City.
the first hour, well, the first hour is now, but the first half hour is forgettable for me. But I can't forget it because it's a net problem. But we've made back about half of what we lost already. So I think that was pretty good. We'll be red right now on the day and hoping to get green. We'll see. Did we have a reason for SoFi's melt from $30 all-time high? Is there just no news correction or what? Thanks in advance. So I think it's a little bit of this. I think we are getting a correction, right, in SoFi. So their BTCC halted again. Okay, we can have another look at that. Adara's already looked for that, no news. I assume there is. She'll probably look again. So here's SoFi. Again, with the government shutdown looming, SoFi has such an interest rate sensitive business with their lending to business, right? That's one of the more profitable ones and their biggest source. So I would say with lending coming in here, again, lending's a problem because when the government shuts down, you don't get the data. So no data, that's a big problem for government policy, right? We're obviously cruising to the upside there as we get the rate cuts and, you know, more sensitive, the consumer wants lower rates. As this comes back in, I feel like there could be some government shutdown. So I don't want to say there's no news involved in this. Plus, you do get an all-time high push. You don't have the catalyst that Robinhood has. Robinhood's talking right now about, like we said, the poly markets and the outside betting markets, futures contracts coming in. We just got Bitcoin approval for 24-hour trading for futures contracts. So I just think that there's a lot about Robinhood and about Webull and things like that, that SoFi, as a more traditional bank, tends to get hit a little bit. And I was just going to say, don't lose sleep over it because I think it's a very strong name. And when you're getting pullbacks today from JPMorgan, I mean, come on, these are the best in the business. This is also pulled back quite nicely from 320 or so down into 307. So that's pulling back. Citigroup, again, another big bank. Obviously, I don't need to tell you guys that in the United States. This has also had a pretty dramatic pullback as well from 105 back down into 97. So we are getting corrections in the space. So Kelvington, I would just say, honestly, hold out hope that eventually it comes back. For me, I said the other day, a good trade maybe get some profit here in Robinhood, but obviously selling Robinhood was the wrong idea. And then maybe put it into some of the more traditional finance plays if you are getting nervous that some of these are overextended. But I don't know, man. We're still sitting $1 in the money here on the TQs. And this, to me, is what really brought me back, and that was calmer heads prevail. Like, we put down TQQs 105. We had AMD 170. The minute that broke and failed, we probably should have stayed away from it and maybe retested it once, not twice. It was the second trade on AMD that really got me all messed up. And then Tesla 465 long. We saw that news, man. Tesla came out and then kind of just tanked pretty much all morning. And even now is still at the bottom. So we tried it. We got hit on this. It was a good trade. We were about $1.70 or so with the money. Then eventually it broke 465 and downside. So my damage on Tesla is limited. My damage on AMD is severe. That was a good trade that I tried to support. Did not work. Eventually took a $2 hit on it. And then right into there. Averaged it into the day's low and got stopped out there. So this was one trade. That was another one. So we doubled our losses right there. But made a little bit back on this play back to the upside. So we're pretty happy with our secondary trades, but not our first initial looks. But you know, that's what trading is, Obi. If you win every day, then you know, you wouldn't be normal or human, I guess.
I mean, I'm trying to become into that abnormal.
We were 4 losses last month. I thought was pretty good. 4 losing days, but today we'll go 1 for 2 in the month so far.
My last month wasn't so hot. I think I'm trying a few new strategies. I'm trying some different things. So there was definitely a lot of turbulence last month. Nothing too crazy. Very, very manageable. But yeah, no, I think. But the month before was definitely one of my better months this year. And hopefully this one as well. Hopefully this one's coming up to an okay start as of right now. It's only been about 2 days. Today is August 2nd, guys. We still have a long ways to go. It's Spooktober.
Yes.
You know what you're dressing up as this year?
I do not.
Oh boy. We were talking about dressing up as maybe stocks, remember? Dressing up as stocks.
Yeah, I was the Bitcoin guy last year or something like that. And
I don't know. I think that would be fun, getting creative with some of the costumes, trying to have the chat guess what we're dressed up as in terms of like what stock.
Oh, that might be fun.
You know, you get creative with it. You can't give it away, but you know.
It might be fun.
Yeah. You can definitely get creative with it. I don't know how I would do like an Nvidia though. You know, maybe I just strap a RTX 5090 to my chest and be like,
or get
okay, guess who I am.
Get that leather jacket. You'd be Jensen.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Wait a minute, that's my idea. No, we'll figure it out. Yeah, maybe being dressed up as a stock might be pretty cool. All right, so the number one question that's asked from every single couple every single day, the number one question that is asked via text or via chat is what?
How you doing?
How are you doing? Probably, maybe that might be it. What would be the second highest? I got it again just right now.
Between couples?
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
What do you want for dinner?
You must be single. Joe got it. It is what do you want for dinner?
That's different because you're married.
Joe's not married.
I guess, yeah. Fair.
So, but anyways, good point, Obi. But yeah, there it is right there. So I got the word smooch right there, and then the very next line is anything you're thinking for dinner. Yesterday I said wings, and we had wings.
Nice.
She had a meeting there with she's on the board, so she had a meeting last night, and I was there with the kids. We watched another episode of, this is with my 13-year-old, Alice in Borderland.
Oh, I love that. That's a great show.
Netflix made it into a
live action.
Or the movie?
The show. I watched the show.
Yeah. So we're on episode 3 or so right now.
Nice. It's a great show.
Yeah, so we're watching that. Not too bad. I think it's appropriate. I mean, like I said, 13, 14-year-old, I think it's fine. My 10, 11-year-old, I'm not letting her watch that. And then we played a little bit of NHL last night, and we put some wings, and we cooked some wings there on the barbecue. So I asked the chat last Thursday what was up for dinner, and I remember it was football, so football's tonight as well. Okay. It was like a bleak, kind of rainy-ish day, and the chat said chili. So I gave that, there's Randy again. Lunch is not time for what's for lunch yet, Randy.
Still got a long time for that.
I do it,
We're gonna front run the what's for lunch?
We're not. No. We're not. Joe wants it immediately. Anyways, we made chili. All right, screw this. You guys want it. Let's go what's for lunch right here. I am a man of the people right here. All right, today is Thursday, October the 2nd. Actually, I thought I got an email today that this may have changed today. But, all right, one more time. Yeah, I get given to peer pressure way too easily. You know, everybody over here. This is what's up, Joe? Look at this guy.
All right, he's ready.
Joe's got a wedding to go to this afternoon, so dressed up very, very nicely. So Joe, have fun at that wedding. Today is lemon and dill salmon.
Okay.
So there it goes, man. We're getting in there. You know, again, we do not have the tilapia. Let's compare the salmon to the tilapia along with roasted baby. It's only 10:30 and we're doing this. Lemon and dill salmon, roasted baby potatoes with roasted. The word roasted is quite often used here. Seasoned vegetables, and then again a little salad on the side. So it is salmon there, Randy, today. So Randy, happy with that? I'm pretty happy with that. I will tell my wife not salmon for dinner, and maybe figure. You know what I like? Sandwiches. Sandwiches are nice and easy. Today's a busy night for us. We have hockey and chess. So we'll probably be eating a little bit later. We'll probably eat around 8 p.m., maybe a bit earlier. I got to figure out when my daughter's gone. We'd like to eat together as a family if we can. But it is tougher when sports get in the way. But yeah, that's what's for lunch.
Hey, sounds like a great lunch. I think I'm excited. For lunch. Nvidia, I did kind of flip a little bit here, just dabbling. It's a little bit of a dabble as we chop and churn and try to hold this 190. I was looking for a drop down to VWAP. We got a little bit of a drop here, but we've been consolidating for the past, let's see, above VWAP. We've been consolidating above VWAP. Where is my measuring tool? Okay, so we've been consolidating above VWAP for about 30 minutes. So 30-minute consolidation above VWAP. And I was like, oh boy, if the market reverts and this gets through 91, oh boy. But again, I don't know what it was. I saw a little bit of stuff. I'm like, I don't want to be in here anymore. We did go a little bit higher, but only about 20 pennies up into the halves, and then we're pulling back and chopping and churning this 90 as well. So I'm just looking for a potential reversion to VWAP. That's where we found buyers last time. The last couple of times we were down there, some strong buyers that brought us up back through that 190. If the buyers are strong, I don't know if we're going to get all the way back down there just yet, but the market's looking like it's kind of chopping around a little bit here. So just a little bit of a cheeky try at the short here, maybe back down through 190. Just a quick scalp is what I'm looking for. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm looking for the next trade as well. Tesla still continues to sell off, man. Oh my God. Some fresh lows as of right now. So we cracked that structure low. That was around 53s. We're trading 51s now. So 450, well within range. 450 could be very, very interesting, Sean, if that comes into play today. And we did break that, where is this? Let me pull up the chart here for you guys so we can talk through this together. Here we go, here we go. Where is the one? There it is. That's HOOD. HOOD is still going. Okay, hello. HOOD is doing well. But yeah, Tesla, not so good. Look at that. That's the 30-minute chart. Let's go down to a 3-minute. And oh boy, look at that consolidation, kind of a breakdown that happened here. And we're trading a little bit lower. So this is that low, that consolidation low from yesterday. That's where we found a multi-hour bid afternoon on Tesla. For about 4 hours, we bid up off of these prices. So the question becomes, there were buyers here yesterday. Will they show up again today? Is that support enough to hold this kind of price action as of right now? I don't know. I'm watching. I'm being patient, but I want to see kind of this downtrend break with a sort of significance. You can see how it looks like it's broken. Maybe by definition, it does break, it does break, it does break, but then you can see sellers step right back in, and holding maybe more of a smooth moving average is maybe a better definition for the Tesla trend as of right now. So we're looking at that. Nvidia, I'm watching that as well. I'm in that right now, 190. So this is what I'm looking at as of right now. So we got that nice reversion of the reversion, and then maybe we'll catch the next leg of the reversion here, maybe to the downside. But things are starting to get a little choppy as the market attempts to take a little bit of a bounce after a strong morning sell-off. And again, that sell-off was only the first 15 minutes. So that's something I am considering, as it was aggressive volume all in the first 15-minute candle, and then we just stalled. We're kind of just like chopping around, doing nothing near the lows as of right now. So, oh boy, indeed. What's going on, Adara?
Yeah, just keep an eye here on STM, ST Microelectronics. This one being cited as a long idea for Banyan Hill. As you can tell, there's not, this is not really reacting to this. Is pushing lower, but decent volume, just over 1 million shares traded on the day here, about 1.3 million for STM. I want to mention as well, Fed's Logan speaking right now, saying that demand remains pretty resilient. I haven't seen much of interest from here. The other thing she said, though, is that she sees risks on both sides of the Fed's mandate. So she's seeing employment risks, but also inflation risks. These comments are more or less in line with a lot of what we're hearing from the Fed. It's worth noting, CNBC reported that Fed's Logan was actually one of the people on the long list of potential Fed chairs that the Trump administration could be considering. So she, alongside current Feds Bowman and Waller, were all kind of in consideration there. Back to you.
Yeah, we saw that Cook is keeping her job, apparently, so that should be fun for now. Here it is, man. Katina, man, thank you so much, Paul Thomas. I love that you always talk about your kids. Thank you so much for that. Like, I just look at it like, when I'm on that deathbed, old man, the kids will be there. And that's I'm family through and through. So I always talk about, like, that's why I'm here. The only days I take off are basically to support them. Yeah. Like, what if they're doing something. We are trying to plan a trip coming up, hopefully in the upcoming year, like maybe in the springtime. And then, yeah, maybe down south.
What do you think?
I don't know. We haven't really, they haven't really been on, so, like, we haven't been to, like, an all-inclusive vacation actually with them really ever. Okay. We've been to Miami, we've been to some beaches. They've been a couple summers ago. We went to Rome. We were just in Boston, and we travel around a lot with sports, so we do that kind of stuff. And so they're very familiar with staying in hotels, but not that sort of all-inclusive situation.
In the Caribbean, maybe.
Exactly. That's exactly where it would be. So it'd be Mexico, down into Mexico somewhere, or in the Caribbean, maybe Bahamas or something. I don't know. Like, nice. I'm a guy looking for deals. Honestly,
I like St. Martin. There's some great all-inclusive. Antigua is great. Where did I go to?
Jamaica. What's
good.
up, Joe?
Yeah.
Joe's
Sandals.
up in Jamaica.
Sandals resorts.
Yeah, but
those are amazing.
So the only problem with Sandals resorts adults only, I believe.
Are they?
I believe so.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So yeah, you can watch my kids. I'll go if you want to do that. But no. But to your point, I think
they always have an amazing buffet for, like, every meal.
Yeah.
Like, the
all
display is absolutely beautiful.
Let's say when we went
on
to
the
Cuba,
beach too. Like, the display's on the beach, by the beach with the tables. It's absolutely beautiful. Like,
maybe 50,
the one on St. Martin.
Yeah. No. Maybe I'm very familiar with all inclusives, but maybe 15 years ago or so, we went to Cuba, and like the food there is just different.
Yeah,
they didn't have the American, like, so you're having ketchup.
Yeah.
It's like
I went there for the first time on one of my best friend's bachelor trips just last year, and he was like, "Yeah, bring some hot sauce."
Was it Veradero or
Veradero?
Veradero.
Veradero, and then we went to. What's the one? Havana. So we went to Havana for a day trip. We bought some. Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's the best.
So beautiful.
I love
How do they keep their cars in pristine condition?
Well, it's
like brand new
import.
off the lot.
They can't import.
Like these cars are like from the 80s.
80s?
Are they? Maybe even
60s,
older.
50s,
60s. Yeah,
60s.
older, much older.
Yeah. Because there's the embargo. They can't get new cars. So what they do is.
But the thing is, you still see brand new Beamers. You still see brand new Benzes. You know who can buy them? Only the government officials, because they got they got a little bit of connections. They got a little bit of money. So they're the ones with the
officials have connections.
Yeah, of course. Who would have thought?
But yeah, anybody that's been to Havana, man, honestly, it was super safe when we were there. This again was 15, 20 years ago, so I don't want to give too many recommendations now. But yeah, Havana, great time, and Veradero was the other place that we went to. But yeah, Jamaica, I think, getting some recommendations. And what about a cruise?
Oh yeah, that's something I haven't done.
I don't know.
I haven't done yet.
Marissa
All-inclusive cruises are just like, you're kind of trapped, dude.
Well, and plus Marissa watched that documentary called Poop Cruise.
Oh yeah. Because if
like,
there's an outbreak on a cruise, like you're quarantined. You're quarantined in your rooms, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a happy time.
Yeah, I mean, there's millions of cruises that happen since then, or hundreds of thousands, and that's a very extreme example. But that would be too gross for me. All right, 10:42. What's up, Adara?
Let's look at these sectors. Electronic technology, we'll just start here with this one, and tech services, both a little bit mixed. Electronic technology has some strength here with Nvidia, making new all-time highs this morning yet again. AMD really strong as well. We know AMD reportedly in talks with Intel to become a customer of their foundry business. Broadcom to the upside, but Arista Networks actually a bit weaker today. If you look at tech services, Meta up a little bit. Doesn't seem like they're too phased by reports that Apple's working on their own version of their Meta glasses. But Netflix really weak. There has been a lot of chatter about Netflix that is not super enthusiastic this whole week. Elon Musk and others bragging about canceling their Netflix subscriptions, but that's been going on throughout the week. Nothing specific today that I could see anyway. Finance, a little bit weak here. Health technology, AbbVie leading this group to the downside, but it looks like after 2 straight days of strength on, these, I guess, enthusiasm about drug pricing deals with the Trump administration, looks like these are giving back some of that rally. Consumer non-durables, a little weaker. Consumer services weak. Consumer durables, slightly red, but GM really weak today here, guys, down about almost 3%. Communications red, retail trade mostly red, utilities mostly red, but producer manufacturing not having a bad day here. LRCX, AMAT, and Caterpillar all up about 1% each. Back to you. Make sure to like and subscribe.
So we're just looking at Black Titan.
On there, dude.
Black Titan, I asked Adair if there's any news. It's an IPO. Right here. Black Titan Corp IPO shares open for trading at $6 a share. Halted 9:30, halted 11 now. Damn, missed that one. That sucks. But there it is right there. Black Titan. Software implementation and training. It provides consulting services and human resource and payroll solutions. Payroll, very important these days as we wait for those numbers to come out. But there it is, man. Black Titan. Congratulations. Pops it up, man. We missed that one. I didn't know about it, and that's where we talk about making sure that you do your homework, because
I mean, I didn't see it on the Nasdaq.
I don't know. I'm not saying I missed it as a trade. I don't. I just missed it as a talk because yesterday's I wasn't here. FRMI. We had Firmy yesterday come to market. I'll ask you in a second if you traded it. I just want to see what it was doing here today. So this was yesterday. Firmy, we talked about this off the open. It came in and bounced around that $25 mark. Was a good open, did break the open price. So if you're playing like sort of that IPO get up trade there, it didn't do a whole heck of a lot. I'm gonna get out of another piece of the futures here as it's just dancing. But this 24.50 level held 25, let's call it 25. And then this morning into yesterday's close, what a ramp up into $39. We kind of retested that rate off the open, and then it was just like, oh yeah, I forgot you're an IPO, and this is what's supposed to happen to you. So yeah, we'll have to wait to see what FRMI wants to do, but a day 2 play right now. For now, holding the 50-period moving average. We've only really had one test on it. I don't trust these things as far as I can throw them, so I'm going to wait on maybe a 25 break actually short. So that won't be today. We'll wait to see if it breaks those levels. And you know, I don't want to talk negatively about all the IPOs, but if we're going to talk about StubHub, that came out at 25 bucks or something, now 16. Figma's there as well. Klarna, KLAR. This was a $70 or $80 name when it first came. It opened up at 44, went to 55. Now, you know, back down in, not in half quite yet, but that hasn't been received that well. Figma has been another negative one. I'm not sure. Circle's been one of the best ones. Again, with stablecoin, sort of look at Figma there. Adobe tried to buy these guys. I'm sure they're glad that they didn't at some point there. And then CRCL has been really, there's one other one. Circle, the one before. CoreWeave. CoreWeave. I mean, I was going to say that there was 2 in a row that were super hot.
Oh boy,
fire.
there it is. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry. Look at the Nasdaq coming in. Sorry, I got a little too excited there.
Yeah, but like, Circle again, huge IPO for a couple days, has now come back in. But all right, I want to buy more dips here. But good position there, short on Nvidia, now printing. We did cover a decent amount of our AMD, but let's go over to talk about your trade.
Boom, boom. Sorry. Sometimes I get too excited.
Don't ever get too excited.
I kind of, you know,
Not allowed.
Get a little vocal. But yeah, I was like, oh boy, I cover some on VWAP, and I'm like, this is looking kind of weak. I like this. We're kind of downtrending. And then I'm just like, okay, all right. We get through VWAP. Slap it through VWAP, and then sudden just flush. The ES kind of started a little bit before the Nasdaq, but oh boy, that was a nice little pull in through some consolidation lows here. The market's trading a little bit lower. Can we get to that 25,000 now? We kind of tried to hold the bid for the past hour or so. Past hour or so we tried to hold the bid, but guess what? It wasn't really, it didn't hold that well. That's what we're seeing right now, especially on the ES. So ES related names, oh boy. Nasdaq related names holding up a little bit better. It is the tech sector, I don't know, but maybe it's just lagging behind. I have no idea, but sellers are definitely in charge right now, and guess what? So observe them a little bit here, got out of the long, observe them a little bit more, started getting short, add as it starts to get a little bit better. Maybe I just got to take the most on my first entries. Sometimes I feel that way, but you know, it's not always that's not always the case. It is what it is. But yeah, coming into this 25,000, do we catch a bid again? That's the question I'm asking, Sean. And he is reloaded. Let's go.
Came right back into 105 again. Beautiful. Right there. So it came right back into our level. So we reloaded it, and there it goes, man. Now it's 40 cents into the money again. So this triple levered NASDAQ product here on the TQs is wild. So there it is, man. Another good trade. Basically, we've done really well on the NASDAQ today. So this is the saving grace for me, because we had messed up AMD and we had messed up Tesla. And right now, Tesla, I don't know what to do with this stock. I'd like to go long. I think it's overdone. The better expected deliveries, fine. I get it. Nice move higher there, right into 480. The problem, I believe, with Tesla, and again, you know, Tesla's got, if they have 99 problems, the only problem right now is price action. Delivery's not a problem. Future, not a problem, I don't think. I think there's a lot of catalysts for Tesla. But if you're going to look at a daily chart for TSLA, this is the problem. I feel like it just ran into all-time highs on that delivery number. And, you know, you can forget about this. I mean, we could say 480's all-time high, whatever you want. But at the end of the day, that's kind of on an island up there. And look what we hit today, 480. So that's a new, it's not new all-time highs, but that was very close. And all we did was island gap there. So the pullback could come back into 465, which we've already seen. And now you're back into 454. So yeah, man, it's a big pullback in. I would say we could make this kind of a move, but this might just be a 1 or 2 day thing, because tomorrow with that delivery number coming through, you may get some upgrades. I'm kind of surprised at the price movement here on Tesla today with only 10 minutes left in the show. We did cover some more AMD there as it broke back down below VWAP, and we did reload. Again, we'll fire off some hot dog there, some glizzies as we get ready to rock and roll here with the TQQs. So 105.40, we just got some out. I'm now waiting at 37s. Hopefully we can get a little bit more out right there. And upside continues here for the market, but it's a downside push that we just had. Be careful, man. Scalp out. I like to hold on the shorts. If you're long, you could do as I do and scalp out or try to hold for that big winner, but I'm not sure about these monster prints here today. Adara?
Here's the US dollar, which actually seems to be responding fairly well to the shutdown. As you can see, this is continuing, as I mentioned yesterday, to make higher highs and higher lows on the daily chart from that, I guess, bottom that we made there on September 17th. That would be Fed Day. 2 straight weeks of trying to make recovery here on the wider time frame since then. And today actually breaking out of a 4-day losing streak. So let's see if the dollar can close higher and actually clinch that green day. Now, I posted this yesterday at TTV Research. It's a bit verbose, so you can find more about the post, or you can actually read the post when you check that out yourself. But it's worth noting here, this is an interesting time for the Fed with the shutdown. Why? Because they don't get economic data. Without economic data, what are they supposed to analyze with regards to giving us these, these rate decisions, right? And I think that's really key. Goolsbee and Collins both expressing some concern specifically about the delay of the NFP release and how that could be impacting their decision, specifically the October decision. The Fed's going to want as much data as they can get. What's interesting, though, is that if this is impacting the rate cut at all, at least in the opinion of market participants, it's actually going to give us potentially a larger cut, if anything, or a more guaranteed cut. Here's a CME Fed Watch tool. We're now seeing a 99.9, I am not exaggerating, 99 flat percent of participants expecting a 25 basis point cut. Before it was closer to 85-90. Now there's even 1% of people expecting a 50 basis point cut. So even though the Fed is going to be very limited for the data they have, people are still seeing that things are going to be a little bit dovish from the Fed in October. Let's find out if that is the case. Crazy that we're less than a month away from that decision. Like, subscribe, back to you.
Great, thank you very much here. I'm staring down the tape here on Nvidia, and we did pull back down aggressively. We got an aggressive push into VWAP that got slammed into as well. We're kind of coasting around 89 halves right now, so I'm watching it closely. I'm like, all right, do I really want to fight the short in any sort of aggressive way? But here's the thing, man. The ES and the NASDAQ are trending down pretty aggressively, and we're seeing that those chunks of selling come in, and like the stall, boom, another wipe, stall, boom, another wipe. So it's just like, all right, I'm going to see more of that. I want to see more of that, but if I stop seeing more of that, then I do want to kind of get out of this one here. Just taking scalps, going with the flow, and Uber in the chat asking, will you please review RGTI? Sure. I know some of those quantum names have been running pretty nicely. I think the swings on them have been absolutely crazy over the past, over the past year, because they were hot sometime last year, and then they kind of came back, holding relatively higher highs and consolidations as well. So I really like that whole quantum sector, and I do watch it pretty much every day. I take a look at it. I think when I looked at it this morning, maybe a little bit relatively sideways with reference to some prior days or this week's action as of right now. But we've had a great had a great run. I'll take a look at the chart in just a second here. I'm looking for this 189 to start to maybe crack here on Nvidia. The consolidation low, or the local consolidation low, is at 189.18. So we're only about 15 roughly pennies away from that. And the NASDAQ and the ES are selling off. So I'm like, okay, Nvidia, 10, 15 pennies, it can definitely kind of get there. Let's see if it can get there, what it does, or do we just stall and hold? Tesla's still selling off, man. Oh boy, talk about sell the news event as this market looked like it was going to be a great buy. That's the thing with markets sometimes. They market you ideas, but the market itself might be wanting to do something else here. Memex on the bid, hello, got taken out right away. Shout out to the Members Exchange, which is one of my favorite gates for sure. Do you have a favorite gate?
Arca.
Arca? I like Arca. Arca is very liquid, but I don't know why. Something about the members exchange.
I don't really have it.
It's quick, it's fast.
Yeah.
Memex is one of my prime keys. Also, MyAx, I like my rebates because if I like a price, why shouldn't I get paid for it? If I think with high probability something's going to get there, why shouldn't I get paid for it, right? So there goes the ES with some fresh lows. The NASDAQ, let's see if we can crack that low. I'm looking for that $25,000 level on the NASDAQ. Maybe we do catch a bit of an aggressive bid. When we were down here last, on the second 15-minute candle of the day, the bid did come in pretty aggressively. Buyers were down here, but let's see. We're testing those right now. I don't know if we're going to crack them, but it does look like we're poised to.
Yeah, no, great trade there. I love that short. I'm actually going to take advantage of this AMD move and get some more out, because the futures are down near the lows and AMD is like just hovering right here. So if it decides to crack lower, problem. I'm going to buy. I do have a bid here. I do have a stop as well at the low. So if this comes back into 166, I won't be here over the lunch hour, but I'm going to try to take a fill and then use the bottom as an out. But if AMD does dip down here, I do want to. Nah, you know what? I'm going to cancel AMD. I'm almost out of it all. I'm not super interested in that. I actually don't want to be trading if I'm not here. So, and then right into here, the TQs just came back in again. I'm reloading this like 5 to 10% or something of what our initial positions were down here. I'm not, like, we just rejected this trade from down here all the way up into VWAP. I mean, this was a day saver for me. So we were absolutely pumped. Like, we don't talk about net, but like, you know, lost decent amount there right off the open, and it was not pretty with Tesla and then with AMD, and then we're able to find this and make half our day back. So, you know, not great. But again, we keep it in the pocket. I'm talking like as if we lost a lot. It's just we lost more than we had hoped to there off the open, and it was, I don't know if it was bad share sizing or whatever here on AMD, but that 170 break was an idea that we had today, and it just didn't work out. And when that doesn't work out for me, that's going to be a problem. It wasn't that we had that many shares there, it was more this reload at VWAP that didn't wind up holding. That was the problem. So many times we've had the break and fake. We've talked about that, like that's a coin term that I've sort of played off of, but then it broke, fake, and then broke again. And that was the move. So I'm fine with losing on that every time. It's just that is what happened. And we could talk about talking about our winners. You got to talk about your losers, or you're not being genuine. You're disingenuous if you're only going to be looking and talking all about winners, right? So that was not a great trade. And then the TQs, we talked about that. Oh, Tesla, sorry, was play 2 for me there as we tried this one. This one's a little bit more like we're well in the pocket. We lost on Tesla what we basically make on Tesla when we win, so I'm completely fine with that. I know that's a loser mentality. I know we hear other traders talk like that. That's not how I talk. I take every trade as in trying to win on them all. I don't go, well, yesterday I made 50 bucks on Tesla. Today I lost 50, so I'm cool with that. No, I don't. I try to make as much money on every trade as possible and then try to lose respectable amounts when we do. And on Tesla there, that does not work out for us today, so we will wind up losing. Thankfully, it works out that it's not a huge hit. But right there, TQs, reloaded this at 105. Let's see if it works. My stop is 104.80. So we're giving this down to 104.80. If it breaks it, it breaks it. We have 20% of the position on right now for the TQs that we had initially. So we'll take a little bit more if it breaks, but our out is 104.80 with only a minute and a half left.
Yeah. Oh, right, okay. I didn't even check the time, man. I'm just staring at this. So 189, so I got out. I'm pretty sure I got out a little too early. The downtrend has not broken up. There's some size sitting at 189, nothing too crazy, maybe about 400 lots. Nvidia can eat that in a second candle sometimes, but yeah. So yeah, 189's coming in. That was pretty nice. Taking the reversion of the reversion, and then guess what? It gave us another reversion. So maybe reverseception happening here as Nvidia just chops around its opening range. So interesting stuff happening there. I did punch out on top of the 89 because we're pretty close to this low here where we did find some strong bidders. I'm more than willing to get back in. I really like that, I guess, if you want to call it an FLS or whatever, a little bit of a later trade continuation off of VWAP there. I like that as well for a quick little scalp. That's working out nicely. Right, RGTI. Sorry, let's get to that one there. We were going to talk about RGTI, so we'll leave you off with that one there. Let's take a quick look at some spaghetti rigetti. Yes, RGTI, Rigetti Computing. Yeah, wow, look at this one. Great push on the day today. Absolutely wild. Definitely doing a little bit of R vol. Wow, I thought it would be doing a little bit more R vol than that, but technical breakout. I don't know if there's a catalyst. Definitely the relative volume doesn't necessarily suggest that there is a catalyst in and around here, but let's take a look at a higher time frame for our friend, and you can see that on the weekly, it's been great. This was what I was talking about. It had a great run up going into the end of last year, and then we consolidated. People kind of forgot about this name. People forgot about, not necessarily forgot about quantum. There was other things that were happening in the market and things were hot. So maybe focus was taken off of this, but take a look at this. A failure to follow through to the downside, a hold, a sustain, a price acceptance, consolidation, maybe even accumulation for the second leg up, and a bigger picture idea continuation happening right now. So beautiful. I think the times to buy were maybe on the initial push, and then even here, as we start to step up and break this downtrend that we have off of the highs, I think positioning into that $8, $9, $10, $11, $12 area for the push and break of that prior high at 21. That was pretty much the trade. I don't know if I'd be buying up here in the overextensions, but I think the place to buy was relatively earlier. And I think there's a few traders that are all over this. I don't know if you guys know who Cal McGee is. I think I'm saying that right. Another famous trader in the trading world, and yeah, I think quantum names have been or were some of his big plays over the past couple of months and last year as well.
We just missed. We were waiting at 104.90 there, and I had to punch higher at 96, but we didn't get the level. But the futures did break lower right there. So we did reload a little bit, but nowhere near what we wanted to. So we're going to get a little bit more back in if this does give it to us. So we'll wait to see if that does happen. But a little bit of a reload there on the futures. All right, Obi, make sure you're going to join me back here at 2 o'clock, right?
Of course.
Okay,
right here.
So then that's perfect. We will see everybody then. Thank you, Obi. Thank you, Adara. Thank you, Andre, there for doing everything.
Thank you.
On the show. Thanks, Brendan. Thanks, everybody, for everything. Thank you for your patience today, everybody. We're back at 2 p.m. It's now the midday show. Get them, guys.
Get them.